There's, he was asking if you guys could move back, but there's no room.
Can't move back.
We good?
I told him to unmute, yeah.
I was going to start recording. I'll start.
We're live from Daytona Beach at Municipal Stadium, Larry Kelly Field. I am Vince Mercandetti alongside Jake Schwartz, and we are bringing you the NUC Showcase All-Star Game with the Senior Showcase taking place here under the lights. A 5:30 start time. It'll begin in just a short few minutes here. This is the third and final game of the day of the NUC Showcase. These kids have come from around the country to play football here at Municipal Stadium and showcase their skills, and it's been quite a day already, Jake. We've already seen the 10th and 11th grade game in the morning, 7th, 8th, and 9th today. What have you thought so far, and what can we expect from this senior showcase?
Loads of talent today across the board. Each game had a lot of explosiveness. We saw a lot of awesome plays, a lot of back and forth. The first game definitely had much more of a closer competitive feel, but each kid that's come out has definitely brought their talent out here today, and I think really right now this senior game is really what we came here to watch, because these kids, you know, it's either going to be they're going on to their next adventure, or this could be their last hurrah here to showcase what they've got. A lot of them were pumped up yesterday. Two fantastic coaches on either side of the ball, the North being coached by Dycus. Coach Dycus, he's great. He's an art teacher in his off time. He's a very great guy. His son's in this game as well. Great coach all around. Then you have Coach Jeremy on the other side. Very natural leader. A younger coach, but a lot of talent. Loves working with the kids. Both guys coming here today to prove something with both their squads and let the kids do the talking.
They're bigger, they're faster, they are athletic. These are the seniors. This is the top of the top for the NUC Showcase, a showcase that has formerly featured such Pro Bowlers now in the NFL like Marcus Mariota. It's also had Blake Bortles, Eric Ebron, Johnny Manziel, a ton of talent pumped through this organization, and these kids hoping to be the next as they are here ready to play in the Senior Showcase here. A 5:30 start time, as we said. It should start in just a few moments. And meanwhile, the captains of each team here are at the center of the field at the 50-yard line for the coin toss to figure out who will be starting with the ball. All rules should apply for the seniors. If you were joining us earlier in the game, there were adjusted rules due to the nature of the matchup. It is not during the actual high school season or middle school season. It is also in an all-star format, so for eligibility reasons as well as safety reasons, there have been rule adjustments. This one should look more like a traditional football game with all of the rules intact, including full quarters of 15 minutes each.
Speaking of 15s, my player to watch today in this game is going to be Cole Hanafan, number 15. He's a quarterback for the North. 6'5", 240, very Ben Roethlisberger type. This kid can do it all. He's big, he's fast, he's got a great cannon of an arm. He threw 27 touchdowns and just 3 interceptions last year with a 130 quarterback rating. He's got a lot of potential. He's entertaining a lot of offers on the table as well. Look out for Cole Hanafan today, number 15.
Cole Hanafan, of course, already fielding some offers. He is a big man, as you mentioned, 6'5", 240 pounds, very Ben Roethlisberger-esque. We saw him warming up earlier, throwing effortlessly 40 yards downfield without really even moving his legs. So he's a big man, going to be tough to bring down. You can see him extending some plays in this one. And the North's going to need it because earlier today it has been all South. A 20-10 victory in the opening matchup. That was the sophomores and juniors. And then a 34-0 drubbing with the 7th, 8th, and 9th graders in the middle game of this series. So North in need of a win. They'll look for Cole to lead them. And they will face off against the South, and it looks like the South is going to be kicking. So North will be receiving the ball. South due for the kickoff here as we are just about to get started in the senior showcase.
Oh man, I'm getting chills. This is exciting stuff.
Here we go. Number 93, it looks like, is back to kick this one off. And he is one of the few kickers. He's actually kicked in this one and the sophomore and junior game. Back to kick here. This is a kickoff. It is to the 7. So the one thing they won't do is they still won't return it on special teams. But the kickoff will still take place. Field goals are still in play. Extra points are still in play. 3 seconds off the clock there. And they will take it from the 25-yard line, which is where the starting spot will be. If you are watching here at home, North is the blue, red will be South. So South is red, North is blue. North starting with the ball. It'll be a 1st down and 10 from their own 25. Cole Hanafan is indeed the first quarterback in for the North. It will be a quarterback rotation of sorts. There are multiple on the roster. All of them will get a shot at some point. Cole beginning it. He is back there with numbers 3 and 21 from the North side. That's Joey Ward, number 3, and Tavon Hicks, number 21, back there with him in the formation, which also features 3 wide receivers wide, 2 on the lower end, 1 up top to Cole's left. It's going to be a handoff. That is to number 21, Tavon Hicks. He's wrapped up quickly. A nice play by the Southern defense to get started. Probably a loss of 1 or 2 yards, and we'll have a 2nd and long upcoming.
Well, the South defense picking up just where they left off today. In each game, this defense has been tough. And here we go. Cole's already calling up for the hurry-up. 2nd down.
Cole fast working. Throw to his left. He's got a man, and it is just going to sail right out of his hands. A little bit of a high throw. Looked like it did go through the hands, so incomplete. That was Tavion Hunter, who we also had a chance to speak to yesterday. Unable to haul it in. It's going to be a 3rd and 13 upcoming.
Tavion Hunter coming out of Forest Hills, Kentucky. He's looking at offers from either Morehead State or West Virginia State right now.
Cole out of the shotgun, 3rd down and 13. He's got a running back, and there's a fumble, and he's going to have to improvise here. Here's his throw to the right side. He's going to overthrow his receiver. A 3 and out here for the North. That play had to kind of be improvised from the start with the fumble. It was intended for number 8 on the northern side. Did not work out, and we will have our first punt. The pass attempt was for Shane Noble, number 8 out of Rochester, New York. And he was unable to come up with it as it was overthrown. And it looks like Hanafan's going to stay on the field here, so 4th and 13. Looks like they're going to be going for it early.
Wow. Risky play here. I think Hanafan's a little perturbed right now. They weren't able to get any yards.
Hanafan back again. He's going to throw it. He's got a man. Number 11. He's wide open. He's across the 50 to the 45 where he'll be tackled there. It's a very quick pickup of 33 yards and a 1st down there. Jaden Bradley with the reception out of Carbondale, Illinois. And it works. So Coach Jeremy may be a little crazy early on, but it pays off with the aggressiveness, and it's a 1st down.
Jaden Bradley, great work down the sideline to get some freedom there between him and the defensive back.
That's a 2nd fumble. This time the play is called dead.
Well, just as we were saying on the last play, Jaden Bradley, he was able to shake the defender. The defender thought a button hook. He's able to get around, drive downfield, beat the cornerback, make the nice grab. Cole Hanafan with a beautiful throw over the top. That was good to get them down to the 45-yard line. It's a good 1st and 10 after what was looking like to be a really tough drive to start.
The scoreboard clock has officially gone to 15 minutes. Earlier it was at 12, so if you're in the stadium, you have to be listening. We have adjusted the score clock, so 42 seconds have gone by. A quick timeout here by the south side, so they have already used a timeout. You get 3, obviously, per half, so they are now down to 2. North still has all 3 of its timeouts. And here we go. Hanafan And out of the shotgun, ball's at the 45 of the South. Hanafan has a running back with him. He has number 80 in motion. He's going to fake option it to him. It's going to be a handoff number 21, and not much there. Tavon Hicks, a pickup of about a yard, maybe less than that. And they're going to have a 2nd and long upcoming.
Trying to get the run game established here. Tavon Hicks is having trouble as he's trying to pump it up inside, but the offensive line is not creating any holes for him.
Coach Jeremy going with the no huddle early. Cole this time a handoff. It's in the motion. He's going to keep it, and he's going to go and pick up about 4 yards. So a 3rd and 6 upcoming. Hanafan keeps it and moves up the middle there. So far he's had number 80 Daniel Ortiz out of Imperial Beach, California, in motion the first time. Switches up that time. Now again, no huddle here. It's going to be a 3rd and 5. Scoreboard trying to keep up with Hanafan here. Hanafan's out of the shotgun. He's got a running back behind him. We have 4 spread now. Wide receiver, West Coast looking offense. Quick screen to 35. He's going to break 1 tackle. He's going to be brought down at the 40. It's a pickup of just a yard by number 35. And we have a 4th down upcoming.
Darius Brooks coming from Starkville, Mississippi. He's a big linebacker. And he's got his eyes on that wide receiver coming with the tackle there. Great job.
Don't blink if you are a fan of the North offense because you might miss them. Here they are again, no huddle. Out of the shotgun once again. Hanafan looking to throw. He's going to throw deep. He's got a man. It's number 19 and dropped. This could be a fumble or incomplete. We'll see how they rule it.
They ruled it incomplete.
And they're going to call it incomplete, which means a turnover of downs. So a tough break there. Hanafan had a man over the middle, and it was caught and then dropped. And the South takes over, so the aggressiveness of the North, fun to watch, tough to keep up with, but it does not pay off early, and all of that took just 1 minute and 59 seconds. The South has the football with 13:01 left in the first quarter.
You're almost out of breath.
Keep
up with that hurry-up offense.
Multiple breaks here. South takes over. We'll see what kind of speed they bring with their offense, and it's going to be a quick... it looks like another timeout here, so teams are using their timeouts at will.
On the last play there, Moses Alakayi from Richmond, Texas, he's the one who caught the ball and then got knocked loose by the safety. That's a tough play. He's getting thrown the ball right over the middle on a slant. He knows he's going to get hit. He tried to take the hit, and the helmet went straight to the football and popped it loose to make it incomplete.
South has used its 2nd timeout. This might be a record outside of Andy Reid. We're 1 minute and 59 seconds in, and they have 1 timeout left in the half. So, trying to get things together early. And you have to keep in mind, these kids have only been playing together for a couple of days, and the coaches likewise have only been coaching that long. Number 3 is in the huddle for the South side. It's a handoff and a pretty good run there. Going to drag the pile with him. A big gain of about 8 or 9 there. It looked like there was going to be nothing on the play, and instead it turns into something, and we have a 2nd and short coming. It is Walker Dycus starting from Lake Mary, Florida at quarterback, and handing it off there.
Well, both teams looking to speed up the pace here. They're not calling hurry up. Dycus isn't calling hurry up, but he's definitely calling a fast-paced offense. Good pickup on 1st down.
Walker Dycus out of the shotgun, going to hand it off again. That's number 20. That's his 2nd reception. Again, he's going to be running off to the right side. It's going to be a 1st down and then some. So Sean Rousseau out of Oviedo, Florida, with back-to-back runs. He's 5'11", 220 pounds. He is a big back and probably already connecting well with Walker as they live right near each other. Lake Mary and Oviedo is where they go to school. I'm sure they've faced off before, and they have a rapport early here.
I'd like to see Rousseau go against Hanafan there. Just straight up run at each other.
Hanafan's got a few inches on him. I'm not so sure about the size as far as the girth goes. So here we go. The ball's at the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 for the South. Out of the shotgun once again is Dycus. He's going to be looking to pass. Southpaw throws it to the right side. It is caught out of bounds along the sideline, number 47 on the South side.
Small ball offense. Walker saw his wide receiver on the right. He had, button hook play on the right-hand side. Wide open, connects very easily. Just as much as the South side defense was rolling, this offense is using that West Coast style very well right now.
Now, there's another Florida boy, Blake McPherson out of North Fort Myers, with the catch on that previous play. Dycus is a lefty, so when he's throwing to his right, it is not across his body as it would be for righties. He's out of the shotgun once again. This time he's running to his left, and he might have the edge. He's going to get to it. There's a rush, and it's going to be all the way inside the 25 to the 20. There's a flag down, and actually it was not Dycus on the play. They switched out quarterbacks. It was number 2 on that one. J.L. Murphy out of Andrews, South Carolina. The speedster quarterback comes out there. He has 6 rushing touchdowns in his regular season. And he's going to run there. We'll see what the flag is.
Well, it looks like this one's coming back. I think it was a hold on the outside by number 77. Oh, they're repeat the second down. So Jazeel Murphy, 1,500 total yards last year. Running style quarterback. He's got solid awareness though. Definitely moves around in the pocket. He'll make you lose if you second guess yourself. Look for him to make some highlight reel plays here on his feet.
That penalty was on Marcus Zuari out of Devine, Texas. First penalty of the game. Look for him, though. He's a big boy, 6'4", 240 on the offensive line. And now it looks like the South's going to draw a penalty here, as it looks like a couple of members on the north side jumped early. And a 2nd and 12 is going to turn into a 2nd and 7. The ball's at the 47, just across midfield for the South side. We have no score, and we're about 4 minutes in here. 11 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Walker Dycus showing early shades of Tom Brady there. That hard count, getting the defense to jump off sides, get the neutral zone infraction, and now they're 5 yards closer to that first down.
So here we go. It is Dycus back behind center as the quarterback. He's going to be looking again, looks to his left, makes the throw over number 20. Nice catch. It's a little throw. It's a big gain of a first down, it looks like, as they get back to about the 35. So nice little design play there. Throws it to number 20, Sean Rousseau again. They've got that Central Florida connection going. Another first down for the South.
The flats are wide open. I'm kind of shocked as to how the edges are working because this defense is playing as if they're scared for the long ball. Walker Dycus definitely can throw the ball, but he's really known for that West Coast style, so it's very interesting to see that the defense is spread out so deep.
If you're just tuning in, this is the senior showcase. Only seniors in this game, seniors in high school. Walker Dycus out of the shotgun. There's a handoff. It's going to be number 5. He's got some room. Going to get inside the 30. Tackled hard down at around the 27. So that handoff should be good for about 7 yards or so and bring up a 2nd and short.
Mark Wise with a nice little dance move there in the middle to get the about 8-yard gain, give them the first down. Really good stuff there. He's a running back coming out of South Carolina. So getting the Carolinas involved tonight, they're definitely trading up on the South here. They're switching out running backs left and right, and it's paying off for them.
We're just about in field goal range. We've seen the boot earlier from the kicker. And this is something that he can make. This is Dycus now. He's got some pressure from behind. He escapes it. There's the throw deep. It is incomplete. Into the end zone. Looks like it's going to be pass interference. I don't think the quarterback was facing the football, and he did make contact. So a nice throw by Dycus. Good attempt. It is pass interference. That's going to move the ball 15 yards, and the South should have a first down out of this.
That's a tough call by the ref. Totally understand it there. The defender didn't have his. He had his back turned to the quarterback, to the ball, and they'll flag that every time if you make contact. So number 6 has got to shake it off. They're going to have first and goal at the 9, it looks like. We'll see what's going to happen here if South can put it in the end zone.
Walker Dycus, the first quarterback in for South. Like we said, out of Lake Mary, Florida, he's 6 feet, 190 pounds, 46 career touchdowns, and 5,000 passing yards in high school. So he has had quite the high school career. L.A. Pierce College, among other ones, looking at him as far as being a recruit. And we have a penalty now on the offense. That's on the South. Looks like a false start. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. So ball moving back and forth here on this drive, but we're going to end up with a 1st and 15 now as they move the ball back. First and goal at the 14-yard line.
It was a legal formation. The 2 running backs lined up awkwardly on the left and right. They weren't set yet, so easy play for the ref to call dead there.
Dyke is still back there. It looks like this entire series will belong to him. We've seen alternating as often as every other play. Earlier today, Dycus is going to get crushed. I mean, the blue just penetrating from the start. Looks like number 56 from the north with the sack there. He is pumped up, and Walker Dycus smashed to the ground. It's going to be a 2nd and goal, but from now about the 27-yard line.
Elijah Moore coming from Brooklyn, New York. 5'10", 225 defensive end. Blasted through the pocket there. The offensive lines were pretty good up until that point, and Dycus goes down for a big loss.
Yurney had no sleep trying to defend him. Dycus back there is going to hand it off number 5, and he's going to lower the shoulder. Well, he got to hit him before he gets tackled by about 10 players. But nice lowering the shoulder hit there. He's ready to play. not a whole ton of yardage on the play. It'll be a 3rd and very long as they're still outside of the 20 despite it being a 3rd and goal.
Well, Mark, all the Ys from South Carolina lowered his shoulder there, put on the Madden truck stick, and gave the linebackers a taste of their own medicine on that running play. They couldn't even tackle him. They had to whistle the play dead.
Dycus back into the huddle here. They have it marked 3rd and 19 from the 23, so they need to get to the 4 for the first down. Dycus coming back. It's a shotgun formation. And he's got some players in motion here. Look for him to throw. He's got 2 on the low side to his passing side. He now has 3 stacked up there, and he is looking that way to his left. There's the throw over the middle. Number 15 bobbles it. That's going to cost him a first down, but he does make the catch all the way inside the 10. So Dycus with the throw to number 15. That is going to be a 4th down.
All right, number 15 came up with the ball there. If he had caught it clean, that could have been an easy first down, but unfortunately, he bobbled it. Now they're looking at 4th and a short, about 5 yards. You know, you got Kellen waiting in the wings. He's got an incredible leg to kick the field goal, but I think Dycus wants to take the points here, or try to go for a touchdown, actually, and that's what he's doing.
The catch was made by A.J. Pierre. No surprise here, he's also out of Florida. And that is going to be a blown-up play from the start. Immediate handoff and immediately blown up by 3 Northern defenders. And once again, we don't get a score out of this. It's going to be a turnover on downs. North takes over. With 7:10 to go here in the first quarter, we have no score. North taking over, first down.
Dominic Burkes out of Independence, Missouri was the actual one to get through and make the stop initially. He's a cornerback. So he flew right through, anticipated the run, blew it up nicely, and now the North takes over.
Hanafan back at his own 11-yard line out of the shotgun. Immediate throw to his right. This is to the 5. It's going to be taken around the sideline, though, before he's knocked out of bounds. Nice catch over there by number 3 from the northern side all the way to the 19-yard line. That's going to be a pretty good gain to start things off. 2nd and 2 upcoming.
Joey Ward coming out of Albany, New York. He's the running back, 190 pounds.
New York versus Florida early. Hanafan the handoff. He keeps it, and he's just going to use that big body of his to get back to the line of scrimmage. Not enough for a first down. We should have a 3rd and about 3 coming up as the sneak from Hanafan does not work out.
No, and you know, usually that type of play would work, but his offensive line wasn't able to get enough of a blocking hole for him.
Hanafan out of the shotgun is going to hand it off. He's going to keep it once again. This is going to be close to the first down. It looks like he got it as he crosses the 24-yard line. Looks like a pickup of 4 on a 3rd and 2. And that's going to move the chain. So a first down from Hanafan. Back-to-back keeps. This time it works out. And funny thing about this Northern offense, it looks like the offensive line might be the smallest guys on the field right now with Hanafan back there. At quarterback, to all 240 pounds of him. Now he's looking to throw. Nice protection. Now he fumbles, and it's recovered by the South. Cole Hanafan has the football. Pressure came. He fumbles it, and the South recovers number 99 with the fumble recovery.
Wow, that South defense, unbelievable. They're getting some serious pressure, breaking through that offensive line like nothing. Zeke Mendez from Bridge City, Texas, defensive end, making the sack there and knocking the ball loose. Incredible play by that young man, and now the South has the ball again, and just like that, they're threatening.
So the fumble recovery by Zeke Mendez, 5'9", 230-pound senior out of Bridge City, Texas, gives South the ball now at the 20. We've seen turnovers throughout the day, and it's been no exception here for the seniors either, as we see one there. Hanafan looked like he was in between trying to throw and hold on to the ball, and he ends up losing it. And now we have a penalty.
Too many men on the field.
On the South, looked like too many men on the field, so that's going to back up the start of their drive back to the 25. It'll be a 1st and 15, just under 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
And this is the tough part about, you know, not knowing a usual scheme that you run in your offense. It's really tough to gel people you never played before, to get the formations right, get everything down right, and as you can see, there's going to be a few penalties here tonight with illegal formations and stuff like that.
There's a throw into the end zone. It looks like it could be caught. It is just outside the reach. That was a great attempt, just missed on the pass. So we're going to have a 2nd and 15. They immediately went for the jugular there. It did not pay off, but a good attempt and just could not bring it in. It looks like that was Joaquin Collazo Camarand behind center and quarterback. So a switch there. And something to talk about him, he is from Indy Atlantic, Florida. And here he is out of the shotgun here. He's got the neon socks. That's how you can recognize him. Showing a pretty strong arm there early. There's a jump.
That hard count's working all day today to get in the defense to jump off sides.
We will be moving now up 5 yards. That's going to be a defensive offside. So it's 2nd and 10. The ball just keeps moving back and forth. A lot of penalties here early. It should move it back to the 20, which is where the drive started in the first place.
So a big reason why they're able to drive the ball forward today, Marcus Buford Zuari from Devine, Texas. He's making some great holes for his team there on the left side of that offensive line.
17 on the run to the right. He's got room. And now he's inside to the 5. He's into the end zone. Did he get in? Is the question. And the answer is yes. We didn't have a signal from the referees. Now there is. It is a touchdown for the South. And they have struck first with a run over to the right side. And the South is on the board.
Who told you to sit down? You better wait for my request. That was unforgivable as the running back was able to scamper through just as the offensive line was able to create some holes. Very nice pickup. He accelerated to the outside for the quick 6. Beautiful job by the South team.
Looks like that was Kyde Jones with the touchdown. Run over to the right side. Kyde Jones out of New Mexico. Here's the extra point. It is good. And we have a 7-0 start to this one. So just like all of the other games before it, South strikes first. And the South leads 7-0. 5:21 to go here in the first quarter. North will take over at the 25-yard line.
I wouldn't be surprised if the North brings in Tariq Shaw. He's quarterback out of Georgia. He's really good too. He's got 126 quarterback rating last year. He's yet to see some snaps yet. Kind of tough when you got someone like Cole Hanafan in front of you, but we'll see if he's brought on for this next series. North has got to respond. They got to get their offensive line clicking. They got to get their running game clicking. They got to move the ball down the field. They're making a couple of errors. Let's see what takes place in this next drive.
So getting about ready for the kickoff here, there are 4 quarterbacks on the North, or on both rosters really. It's been interesting to see how the coaches have handled that, because we've seen in the 7th, 8th, and 9th grade game that we've seen them switch off almost every other play. We saw in the 10th and 11th grade they were kind of switching off every series or two, it seemed. We haven't seen anyone take over for an entire quarter. We'll see if Hanafan comes on the field now. And it looks like he's not going to. So this won't be an exception. They want to get these quarterbacks in. They want to get them loose, and they want to get them into game action as quickly as possible. It's going to be number 12 on the north side taking over at quarterback. That's Tariq Shaw, as you said, out of Georgia. So Tariq Shaw's in. Looked like a jump over the middle. There's no flag down. The play is going to be blown up. It's going to be a loss of about a yard. I thought there was an offsides there. Nothing was called. We're going to end up with a 2nd and 11. Looks like Tariq Shaw might be a little confused too by that.
I don't even know who to credit on that. The entire defense got through the line and got the sack there. Unbelievable.
Keeping with the no huddle, even though Hanafan's off the field. Now Shaw's running it. That's going to be a handoff, and once again, I mean, it's like the South knows what's coming. That's number 99 on the South again with another great play. It was Zeke Mendez had recovered the fumble earlier in the game. Now he blows one up in the backfield. It's going to be a 3rd and 12 coming up from their own 21.
Are their cell phones recording the play calling from the other sideline? This is incredible.
3rd and 14 as Tariq Shaw throw to his right. He's gonna miss his receiver there, but you can see by his motion he's got a nice fluid motion, unable to make contact there with the receiver. It's going to be a quick 3 and out for the North. Probably the exact opposite of what they wanted, coming off a touchdown from the South side, and they will have to punt this one away.
Well, not the drive you were looking to come out with after the opposing team scores a touchdown, but there's going to be plenty of time to bounce back. Oh, they're going to go for it on 4th and 14.
Punt, as we said. So Shaw's going for it, and he's going to have some room there. He's going to go deep to the left sideline, and he has a man that is incomplete, very well covered, no flags down. And that is going to be a turnover on downs. South takes over at the 21. It was a one-on-one on the left sideline, and neither player can come up with it. That's a win for the South as they take over the football.
And it looks like it was 21, Gerald Manigault. He's from Bamberg, South Carolina. He sometimes plays wide receiver as well. Great defense there as he's able to deflect the pass that could have been caught for a 1st down, stopping that drive, and again, giving the South the ball deep in their opponent's territory.
South has a great field position all game long since the beginning of the game. Now we'll see what they do. Number 2 is back there at quarterback. And it's going to be a run over to the right. He's going to keep it. He's inside 20 to the 15, 10. He might have a hole here to the 5. Touchdown! South strikes again. So that didn't take very long at all. One play and Giselle Murphy gets in for a touchdown. He had 6 rushing touchdowns in his regular season, and now he has one here as well.
South Carolina, come on and raise up. Giselle Murphy with an easy touchdown. I couldn't even blink, it was so quick. Unbelievable run to the outside. This team is rolling on all cylinders right now. The North has to get back in this game because they're going to blow out them really quickly.
Well, the book on Giselle Murphy is he is a running quarterback, and you just saw why just then. I mean, it's exactly what he did. He just took the ball, ran it, perfect vision, gets inside the 10, gets out of traffic, gets himself a touchdown, extra points good. South up in the blink of an eye. It's 14-0. We're still in the first quarter, still 4 minutes and 11 seconds left, and the North has been knocked down a little bit here early on. They're going to look to respond. They've been a little punch to the gut here early on.
On that run, Blake McPherson, he's from North Fort Myers, Florida. He's a wide receiver, and he had one incredible block on that play. He drove the defender all the way into the end zone, almost faster than Giselle Murphy scored a touchdown. So this team is blocking out of their minds right now.
You have to wonder what the splits are into this year between the South and North. I mean, the South, obviously, after its name, mostly Southern players, the North, mostly Northern players, and right now one side is just clearly outplaying the other at every age group from 7th grade on.
Story all day.
Yep. So we're going to see if North can respond. Like we said, they've got a few weapons I don't think we saw the equivalent of earlier in the game. But so far, the Southern defense has looked quick, and the Southern offense looked explosive, and that's led to a 14-0 start.
All right, let's see what the North can do to get back in this game here. They got to get some passes to get some confidence back. They got to swing the momentum.
It's Tariq Shaw back. He's looking to pass. Now he's looking to run. He's going to get up the middle here. It's going to be a gain of about a yard or 2. Shaw didn't have much to work with. He of the golden spikes down there. Actually, no, just plain black ones. Never mind. But Shaw, the pair from Lithonia, Georgia, 6'2". He's a tall, lean guy with a good arm. And he's out of the shotgun here, looking to his left. And there's a throw over the middle. It is caught. So that's going to be a first down. Nice move there. Nice play there. Number 19 with the reception. And the North has a new set of downs.
Couple of big hits. Nothing for Tim Williams. He took that ball in stride. He's from Cincinnati, Ohio, coming from Aiken High School. 6'1", buck 79, wide receiver. Great catch over the middle. Not even rocked. Nice play.
Shaw here out of the shotgun. He has this little pause in the backfield. There's a throw, a nice one too, and it's caught. That's number 80. We saw him in practice. That's Daniel Ortiz with the catch. And another first down. He's from Imperial Beach, California. He's got good hands. We saw him practicing earlier, looking like a mini Odell Beckham out there. Back out of the shotgun, it's Tariq Shaw. Shaw is going to put runners in motion, and that he should have probably handed it off because that didn't work out well at all. Number 99, once again, we've said his name all game long early on here with the tackle. That's going to stop Shaw in the backfield. That was Zeke Mendez once again, and it's going to set up a second and 10.
There you go. Got trips on the left here. Let's see what Shaw can do.
Shot on the right side. That's going to be caught. Number 11 dodges one tackle, dodges a second tackle, gets all the way to the 35. So we're going to have a third down and about 5 to go. A pickup of about 6 on that play. Nice little skipping there. And no huddle. Here we go again.
Jaden Bradley coming back into it after that drop earlier. Nice catch, nice move, a couple yards. Here we go.
Shot on shotgun. Handoff number 13 in motion. He's going to get to the left side, but he's going to be wrapped up. That's a nice tackle by number 25 from the south. Number 13 was in motion there from the north side. Could not get to the edge. Christian McDowell, that was, out of Edgewood, Maryland. And he gets wrapped up.
John Chisholm III from Pleasant Grove, Alabama. Great read there. The cornerback read it all the way. They had brought him in motion. They're going to try a nice little unique play. It didn't work out. He read it the whole way. He followed through with the tackle, which is what I love to see. Didn't try to get fancy and strip the ball. Wrapped his hands around the waist, put him down. Nothing gained.
4th and 5, we're starting to think that there's probably no punters in this game because with We haven't seen any yet on fourth down. You gotta like
They're just
that.
trying to follow the flow from the
We're
kids.
going by Madden rules here. So there are still field goals, there are still extra points because we have a kicker. There does not appear to be a punter present or willing to come into the game. So it's going to be a 4th and 5. North will go for it. 2:07 to go here in the first quarter. It looks like they're going to spot the ball at exactly the 30-yard line for this 4th down.
All right, well, the North is rolling. I like their tempo. They're not getting too fancy. I think the hurry up early on, it kind of hurt them. It made the defense really able to read what they were doing. They kind of settled down. They're taking their time, and they're moving the ball very nicely down the field. Tariq Shaw's got to keep this team jiving. He's got the offensive line gelling, which is nice. He's getting some time to throw the ball. They can't let that pocket collapse.
McDowell's been the motion man early. He's on the sideline for this play. 4th down, different package out there. Tariq Shaw's still out of the shotgun though. He's got a running back with him, and he's got 4 wide receivers spread. Looks like Trips bunch on the bottom. Now 80 in motion. That's a fake handoff. It's going to be handoff up the middle, and it's going to be a fumble after all that, and it's going to be recovered by the south side. Man, there was a lot going on there, but number 56 ends up with it on the south side. It was a fake handoff on an option read. Shaw kept it fumbled, and it's recovered by the South, who once again forces the turnover with excellent execution by the defense.
Salazi Donato from Locust Grove, Georgia. Man, 255-pound defensive tackle, and he blew through the line to get the quarterback and cause that fumble and come up with it. Great play by that young man there, and that really takes the steam away from this offense that was clicking, unfortunately.
Georgia has been swarming on the defense, especially those Georgia and the Georgia and Florida guys for the South, just swarming on the defense. So a new 1st down anyway. It was a 4th down, so not much harm done there. And there's a flag on the play on an incomplete pass. So South taking over at the 30. It's going to be a 2nd and 10 pending this penalty here.
Well, South, I would slow the game down a little bit too. I would kind of milk the clock a little bit, get your team back in rotation. They've had some really nice drives. They're up 14-0 to start. Walker Dycus has really led this team down the field very easily. He's going to look to do so as well again. He's got the run working for him. He's got the short passes working for him. And after the penalty, it looks like they're going to get, wow, it's a 15-yarder. I'm not sure. I didn't see what the penalty was for. But that's going to get them some good field position all the way out to about the 45-yard line.
So a 15-yard penalty here on the north side. That's exactly what they didn't need. Ball's going to be moved up to the south 45. They get a fresh set of downs, 1st down upcoming here. There wasn't really a play to begin with, so it would have been 1st down regardless. And out of the shotgun here, it's a high snap, but the handoff is executed there. Number 19 on the south side getting it done. And it's going to be a pickup of about 5 yards after all that. That play could have been a disaster. Really good composure by Dalen Faltysek out of College Station, Texas, who is able to secure the snap and execute the handoff.
All right, here we go. Looks like it's going to be a 2nd and 5. Really short to go.
Faltysek with the handoff. It's going to be number 20. He's got all the room to run. There's a flag down on the play. For the moment, it is more than a 1st down as he picks up about 20. We'll see what the flag was.
Sean Rusaw representing Oviedo, Florida on that run there. He's almost got 40 yards. It looks like it is a holding call against the offense, and it's going to bring him back. That's unfortunate. It was quite the hole up the middle, so when that happens, usually it's either a great block or a magnificent hold. And unfortunately, in that case for the South, it was a hold.
It was a giant hole to run through. Unfortunately, it was an illegal giant hole to run through, so we will have a 2nd and 15. Clock is going to start up again. The ball now, in case you're keeping track, is back at the South 42. And out of the shotgun here is Faltysek. And now he's looking towards the sideline for further instruction. There are 2 up top and 1 on the bottom here, and Faltysek with the handoff back to, and he's going to keep it. Now he's going to run it. He's across the 45 to the 50. He's got room to run to the 45 to the 40. He's across to the 35. It's a 1st down. So forget the penalty. They make up the yardage anyway. And Faltysek with the keeper runs it to the 35. Well executed. It's going to be a 1st down for the South.
Well, a beautiful run by the quarterback there, but he should be really thanking number 73, Anthony Overpeck. He's from Texas. What a hole he created on the right-hand side. He drove the defender and the linebacker out to the right, allowing the quarterback to sneak through, make a dance move, and get up the seam and cut it back outside. What a great run by the quarterback.
Anthony Overpeck from New Braunfels, Texas, 5'10", 240 pounds, and he used every pound of that to bulldoze the way there. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. So at the end of one quarter, the South, it's been all South once again for the third time today. It is 14-0 South, and they are driving. They'll quickly retake their places here. The ball's at the 34-yard line now. They're going to switch sides of the field. So the South now headed towards the scoreboard side of Municipal Stadium. And they have the ball at the 34. Faltysek is still out there as quarterback. Dalen Faltysek out of College Station, Texas. He went to A&M Consolidated High School. He's going to look to throw deep. He's got a man. It is caught! What a throw! On the run to number 26, another touchdown for the South. And they have struck once again. A throw perfectly in stride to number 26, Brandon Hall, who hauls it in. He's out of Florida, and that's a touchdown for the South. They have an early 20-0 lead, pending an extra point here. 8 seconds gone by in the second quarter.
Beautiful play over the middle. The wide receiver splits the safeties right through the middle. Quarterback sees it, gives a little shoulder fake, and hits him right on the target, on the run. Great play.
The uncontested extra point is good. It is 21-0. That's no good. Sorry, we've got a poor angle of the goalposts over here from the announcer's booth. It looked good, it was not. And it's going to be 20-0. So no extra point there for the South, but they are up 20-0 here. 14:52 left in the second quarter. North's going to take over the ball at the 25-yard line. And now, if they didn't need to score before, they definitely need one now.
Well, this game is quickly going away from the North here. It's just kind of shocking because they have a lot of ultra-talented kids on their roster. They're just not gelling right now. And I think it starts off with the offensive line. If they can get things going, they can get some blocks. The offense doesn't make any mistakes. Sure enough, they can get back in this game, but it's moving fast for the South.
You have to wonder if the temperatures were as they were yesterday, when it was frigid. And, you know, if you're up north right now, living in Massachusetts, and it's 0 degrees there, you may laugh at this, but you have to be used to 95 degrees 9 months out of the year. Yesterday was in the low 50s, and it was overcast. There was not any sort of sun in the sky, and it was a cold rain off of the water. So, frigid temperatures yesterday. These guys were out here practicing. They were outside for about 8 hours yesterday. You have to wonder if it was that climate today, if the South would struggle at all, those kids just not being used to it, whereas your New Yorkers and, you know, other kids from the North, New Jersey and everyone else, probably more used to that sort of climate. But it makes no difference today. It's a beautiful night here, probably in the low 60s. And it was sunny earlier. Of course, now it's dark out. And it's number 13 for the North. He's going to be scrambling. He's got a man on the run that's caught by number 19. So quickly, some game action. He's going to bounce off a defender and be tackled at the 45. An immediate first down. Christian McDowell came in. And that is going to be a nice catch hauled in by Tim Williams.
Very nice catch on the outside there. And that's what they need. They need a momentum booster. Quick passes will do that. Great job.
There's two number 13s. Christian McDowell is the wide receiver. It was Marcus Ward who is the quarterback. So Marcus Ward is now in. He's out of Belleville, Texas. And he's in the shotgun right now. He's got Christian McDowell, the other number 13, in motion. He sits at the top. They have Trips Bunch at the top on the right side of Ward. Ward going through his calls. He's going to call a hike. There's a throw over to the left side. It's going to be overthrown. That pass was intended for number 1. So tough to keep track of. There's two number 13s on the field, both in action. That throw was intended for Kevin C. out of Cincinnati, Ohio. He goes to Aiken High School with a few other kids who are here. 6'1", 180-pounder, and it's incomplete.
Well, they're moving the ball at least. Let's see if they can rebound here on second down. It looks like they're passing now instead of running, which is good. It looks like, you know, their offense has stepped back into a groove. They're moving the ball. Watch for the outside throw here.
It's a handoff instead to the inside. It's going to be a gain of about 3 yards. So we should have a 3rd and 7 from about the 48-yard line. just over a minute gone by here in the second quarter. North trying to catch their breath. They have really just kind of got smacked around in that first quarter in the opening play here in the second quarter. They're trying to put a drive together, get back to the fundamentals as they trail early here 20-0. And it's going to be Ward out of the shotgun. He's got one running back with him. Again, trips at the top. And Ward's going to run to his left, opposite side. He's got room to run, too. He's going to cross the 50-45, break a tackle. And he's going to get to the 42, and there's a flag on the play. It looks like there was some sort of late hit there. And it looks like number 19 on the North is looking for the penalty. That's Tim Williams. We'll see what the call is, but for the moment, it's
I think it's going to be a block in the back on 1. He absolutely laid out number 14 on the South, blocking for Ward on the run there. And I think that's what's going to be the call.
We'll see what the call is. For the moment, it's a big play for the North. They get a first down and they cross midfield. But we'll see if it's coming back, and then we'll further see, and it is going to come back. So that's going to be a costly penalty for the North. Really an unnecessary one, too. It did not did not impact the run at all. Just kind of a late, unnecessary hit there, and a block in the back.
Kevin C. absolutely launched himself. That was crazy. What a hit.
So back to the 43-yard line for the North. And it's Ward back there, shotgun. He's got one running back behind. This time it's 4 wide receivers spread, 2 on each side. Ward's going to go 3. Deep lob it up. He's got a guy wide open, number 19. It's caught to the 20. He's going to be dragged out to 15. Watch the horse collar. No flag thrown. It looked like it might have been. But Tim Williams, regardless, makes a fantastic catch. And it's a first down and a big change of momentum. So a 3rd and 12 after the costly penalty, but a big pickup to the 13, and now a no huddle as Ward's going to look to punch this one in, get the North on the board.
Oh, they're gelling now. What a play down the side. He's a man coverage. He beat the defender with ease. Over the top throw, beautifully placed, easy Hail Mary pass down side.
So now we've got a Texas connection. Marcus Ward's been throwing it over to Texas and Ohio connecting over here. There's Ward running to the left side. He's going to be inside the 10 to the 5. Oh! Touchdown! What a run by Marcus Ward! Touchdown North. They're on the board. No flags down. He dodged 2 or 3 tackles to get in there. Excellent footwork there for Marcus Ward. It's a touchdown for the North.
Jib, jab, juke, and jive. That was an incredible run there by the quarterback. Some nifty moves. Made the defenders miss. You got to commit to the tackle. Unforgivable.
Marcus Ward from Belleville, Texas, was working with Tim Williams, who made the big play out of Cincinnati, Ohio, and now it's Ward making the bigger play as he gets the touchdown. And all of a sudden, the North's on the board, and maybe there's a little bit of life on that side of the field.
I think they're going to go for 2.
Going for 2. Trying to look at the mathematical, I mean, if you don't succeed, you're still only down 14, so there's really no downside in not going for 2. Of course, turning it to a 12-point game instead of 13, at least in this succession of scoring, doesn't really make a difference.
Well, 2 field goals and a touchdown as opposed to 2 touchdowns.
And that's going to be an incomplete 2-point conversion anyway. So it was a calculated risk, a risk nonetheless. It didn't work out. And the North, after getting their touchdown, does not get an extra point or a 2-point conversion. So we have a 20-6 score. So just consider that 21-7, as it's been all touchdowns so far today. 12:20 to go in the second quarter. 20-6 South. 1st and 10 upcoming for the South. They'll take over at the 25. Jake, what have we seen early on here? What has stuck out to you?
Well, there's been a lot of passing, that's for sure. What stuck out to me so far is the South has been moving the ball effortlessly up and down the field. Their defense was gelling for a while, not allowing anything. But you know, I think it's been a game so far of over-the-top passes. And I think we're going to continue to see that throughout the night tonight, as a lot of people before the game, as we were watching in practice, were practicing the deep ball. And we've seen a few of those tonight. I think it's going to keep going throughout the rest of the evening.
One major difference, and this is no disrespect at all to any of the quarterbacks we've seen earlier in the game, but just from a pure size, or earlier in the day, from a pure size standpoint, these quarterbacks can throw deep and with accuracy, and they can do it often. And we've seen some good deep balls. We saw Zachary Davis earlier today in the sophomore-junior game with just a 45-yard dart. It was a rainbow throw, but he hit his man in stride. So the younger guys have incredible arms in their own right, but these seniors can do it kind of effortlessly. really makes for an exciting game. 20-6 earlier in in a different age group might be a pretty insurmountable score even at this stage of the game. But for this matchup, you can put points on the board quickly with the quarterback arm strength. And we'll see if that happens here. There's a ceremonial kickoff. It's really nothing more than that, as the ball can't be returned. And from the 25 now officially, the South will take over, looking to score after the North got on the board.
As I'm watching the game, on the kickoffs, they obviously can't return it, but I'm assuming that they can't do onside kicks either. Is that right?
I would imagine so. That seems like an even more dangerous scenario. So I don't think that that's going to be allowed at all. South's going to take over here. We'll see which quarterback is in. Whoever it is, he's out of the shotgun. Looks like it's number 3 on the South side. And he's going to quickly hand it off there. And it's going to be number 2. So 3 goes to 2. Not much on the play. Giselle Murphy was on the carry there. And it was Dycus Walker back in the game, the southpaw lefty from Lake Mary, Florida. Handing off to Giselle Murphy from Andrews, South Carolina. Not much on the play.
Dycus Walker Dycus. He's had a great game so far leading this crew. He's been able to ultimately lead this team down the field several times, and Giselle Murphy's a great complement to his style of game. They've been gelling both in the pass and the run all day today.
It is indeed Walker Dycus. He can be 3 quarterbacks at once if he wants to be. Walker Dycus is back behind shotgun. He's going to fake a handoff. He's going to throw it over, and it's going to be short.
Almost picked.
Almost intercepted. The only one who really had a shot was number 9 from the north side. Giselle Murphy's listed as a quarterback. As we said, he's a running quarterback, and he's actually just been a straight-up running back at times in this game. Very versatile offensive player.
He's got legs. Peter Ndachi on that almost pick there. He's from Brooklyn, New York, 5'7". He's the safety that came up. So he came all the way up from deep in the box to try and make that play. An extra step, he would have had the pick, and that would have been good for 6.
He was very close on the play. If it actually wasn't thrown so low, he might have had a shot there. This one has a shotgun. This is going to be a passing play, and that's going to be thrown deep to the right side. Good coverage, no flags down. It's incomplete. So Dycus with a pretty good throw. It was into coverage and it was well guarded, and that brings up an incomplete pass and a 4th and 6 from the 29.
John Drake, he's from Texas. He was the intended wide receiver. He's number 4 on the field for the South side. He was not able to create that much distance, and when you throw a ball up to the outside like that, you're hoping for your wide receiver to get enough distance so you can leap tall and make that grab and stretch out. Couldn't do it. Incomplete pass. Let's see what happens next.
So back out of the huddle and into the shotgun. And it looks like we have a different formation here forming for the South on 4th and 6. Both teams seem to have their own 4th down packages. It's a new quarterback, or no, it's an actual punt. This is the first punt we've seen in the game. And this will be caught at about the 33-yard line. So the South does clear it. They want to protect that 14-point lead. And that just makes the earlier ones crazy that they didn't punt it away. But we've seen crazier things, I guess. Coach Jeremy being very aggressive early with the no huddle and with not using a punter. And now we see a punter, and North will take over at the 34.
Well, Coach Dycus was saying, you know what, I'm not going to chance giving the North the ball back deep inside my territory. I'd rather roll the dice and see if my defense can make a play. I like that call. You know what? I wonder if they bring out Marcus Ward again. He had the offense gelling for their first and only score of the game. It'd be interesting to see what happens here as the North takes the field again.
We'll see what kind of lineup they go with, and that's part of the beauty of this game. Is it's not just about scoring; it's about putting the right. It's almost like basketball. You have to have the right rotation, and you don't generally have to worry about that with football. At least not with your starting, 11 offensive players. Maybe on the line a little bit.
Well, I mean, we're struggling with keeping up with rotations. I can't imagine what the players in the field are having to deal with the different rotations constantly.
Smaller playbook, longer roster as far as the rotation goes. That's what you're experiencing here, and it's going to be number 13 on the north end coming out as the quarterback. So here we go. This is Marcus Ward back out there. He had a lot of success with the touchdown in the previous drive. He's back out here again. He's in an empty backfield, looking for 28 on the right side, and now he's going to run, and he's got some room. He's going to break across to the 40 and go down at the 39. It's going to be a pickup of about 7 yards as he comes over the middle of the field. And the South's going to have to make an adjustment here as Marcus Ward's sort of starting to figure out a little bit as to how to move the football. One of those strategies is the no huddle, which he's in now, and he's out of the shotgun. Trips bunch at the top. He seems to like those formations, as we've seen a lot of it. It's going to be a handoff to the left side. And another hole, number 3, and he's going to break across the 50. He's going to block 40 to 35 to 30, 25 to 20. No one's going to catch him. He's going to take it all the way for a touchdown, 59 yards.
Joey Ward running his wheels off on the outside. What an incredible run, taking the sweep out. There's an excellent block by a wide receiver downfield, but you got to give it to Brandon Huddleston on that play, number 75. He's the offensive guard on the left-hand side out of Ohio. He blocked not only the defensive line, he blocked 2 linebackers on the play out to make that run happen. Incredible play by that young man and his offensive line.
Fantastic blocking, and it's number 3, Joey Ward from Albany, Troy High School. The 5'8", 190-pound running back explodes to the left side untouched for the touchdown. And how about this? It took the 3rd game, but we have a ball game here. They're going to go for 2 again. And once again, Ward, he's in trouble. He has someone right over the middle in that spot. And just like that, all of the momentum now belongs to the North. So the first quarter completely dominated by the South. We're not even 5 minutes in, and the North's put up 14 points back, and it's 20 to 14 South here in the second quarter.
I'm completely okay with this. It's a back and forth affair. This is what I like to see. Shades of 2014 when the Patriots and Seahawks traded 10 and 14 points every now and then. That's what we're seeing here at the North and South. And that's when it gets really competitive, is when a team comes out. You know, got to give credit to Coach Jeremy here. His team goes down 3 touchdowns, and he just keeps pushing them, keep motivating them, keeping them in the game. And just like that, they got 2 scores to make this a ball game and only a 1-score lead.
Well, we know he's an expert motivator, so if any team is not going to get down on themselves after an early struggle, it's going to be one coached by him. And we're seeing that here today. Down 20 to nothing, no sweat. Come back with back-to-back touchdowns, and all of a sudden it's 20 to 14. And now we've got a ball game. South on their heels a little bit. They now need a drive to kind of keep their defense off the field. And they're going to have to move it here on the North defense, who all of a sudden has started to look pretty good lately.
They got to go back to the passing game. They're doing great, rolling out to the outside and just exploiting the defense. If you notice, Coach Jeremy's had the defense switch, and they're having the cornerbacks press coverage up front. That's not allowing the wide receivers to get space enough and make these outs and these button hooks on the outside, which they were doing in the beginning. Great defensive strategy here.
That was Joaquin Collazo Cameron back in at quarterback, and it's an incomplete pass, so it's going to be a 2nd and 10. As the South trying to get something going, starting with the, did you expect a first down pass there, considering that they could really use an extended drive here? I'm not so sure. But here out of the shotgun again, it's going to be Cameron, and he's another lefty. He's going to look to the left side. He's got a man that's caught, number 47, so that's going to get the job done. That's a first down. A nice hook up there over to the left side of the field, and it's going to be a first down for the South.
Wow, 47 can really do it all. He's made some excellent blocks today at the wide receiver position. He's catching the ball. What a great game so far for that young man. Awesome job, Blake McPherson.
Blake McPherson with that catch and the first down, North Fort Myers, Florida. And now the ball is up to around the 45-yard line. We're just under 10 minutes here in the second quarter, and it's been an action-packed second quarter. We've already seen 3 touchdowns in it, and it's just over 5 minutes in here. South line's up there out of the shotgun. Cameron's going to hand it off. Inside handoff, broken to the outside. Now he's got a hole, and there's going to be a run, and he's going to take a D-back with him across the 40. It's a tremendous gain, a pickup of about 16, and a first down now for the South side.
Alex Fowler out of New Mexico. I couldn't even see him, and somehow he got through the seam and ran it up the middle there. Kept barreling forward, was patient for his blockers. Nice run by that young man to get a good gain on first down.
Just over 9 minutes to go, and they're going to bring back the number 13s just rotating constantly.
Can't even keep track.
Yep. So, one of the number 13s now in at quarterback. I believe it's still Cameron.
Yeah.
And he's going to hand it off to 22, stuffed in the backfield and tripped up by number 24. So a nice job there. That was Alex Fowler on the carry, but he is tripped up in the backfield by the North.
Well, Don't blame you for going back to that play after that great run by Fowler on first down. But this is where you get tested. Now it's going to put the ball back in Washington's hands, and he's going to have to really show that talent he's learned in Florida and exploit the defenders on the left side, because they got safeties, 2 safeties up. If they can get an out route here, you could see a good first down.
It was David Gray, the linebacker out of Worthville, Kentucky, with the play in the backfield. Cameron's looking to throw it. He's as a man, it's in and out of the hands of number 47. So we've seen Blake McPherson make that connection earlier. We don't see him make it there. Now we'll see what the South wants to do. They're at the 43-yard line, 3rd and 14 here.
That was a great play call. 47 run a hook across the middle of the field there, almost to the outside because the safeties were pressed up. But he wasn't able to pull it down for the catch, and now we're looking at a long 3rd down for the South.
We'll see what Cameron has in store for this one. Comes back into the huddle. He's been going to the sidelines nearly every play to get new calls. And he's going to be out of the shotgun. 1 running back with him. It's a spread wide receivers, 4, 2 on each side. Cameron, the lefty, back to throw it. He is under pressure, gets out of the pocket, looks to throw downfield, has a man. It is caught. Ooh. A tremendous catch, a tremendous hit, but held on to. An impressive play by number 1 there on the south side. And it's a first down. Michael Pace out of Decatur, Georgia with the catch. The 6', 170-pound senior makes a fantastic catch and holds on after a hard hit.
Nice grab. Not even fazed by the footsteps. I mean, he caught that ball in traffic, held on to it for dear life, got rocked, came up, popped right back up like nothing happened.
No problems there. Cameron is still back there in the neon cleats, or neon socks, and he's going to be in the shotgun. And again, spread wide receivers, a handoff, inside handoff, number 22. Not too much there from Alex Fowler. It's going to pick up about 3, setting up a 2nd and 7 from about the 22-yard line.
Man, this offensive line is putting in work today. The way they're making the defenders butterfly around the pocket is incredible. They're pushing out to the right. They're not necessarily pancaking them. They're just pushing out and making the defenders have to run an angle around, which allows either the quarterback to step up in the pocket or the running back to run up the middle. Beautiful job.
Blake Bridges, a giant among men, one of those offensive tackles for the south side from Snellville, Georgia. He's 6'4", 280 out of Brookwood, Georgia. So you're not going to be moving him around too much. He's the blindside tackle for the lefty quarterback. He's got a man wide open. That is caught. That's an easy throw and catch touchdown. Cameron, and the South rises again. Strikes back with a touchdown there. It's 26-14.
Whoo, doggy, what a pass. That was incredible. In the corner of the end zone, he had a man wide open. Where was the defense on that play? The North got completely blown out of coverage there, and the South able to capitalize. Beautiful pass to a wide open wide receiver in the corner. Easy 6.
Jeremiah Brown catching that touchdown out of Kyle, Texas Aikens High School. The 6' wide receiver with an easy catch on the corner of the end zone. And the extra point is good. So we have a 27-14 score in the first half. This game has almost exceeded all of the points of all the other games combined at this point. We're still in the first half. It's high scoring. It's 6:28 left to go in the second quarter. And it's going to be the Blue Northern team coming back, trying to strike back again, as we have had we've been trading off touchdowns now throughout the second quarter. There's been 4 of them. And they were only 8.5 minutes into the quarter.
Well, we've seen a defensive battle today in that first game. A couple of offensive moves towards the end, but it really was the story of the defenses. Today it looks like it's beginning to be the story of the offenses. I'm totally okay with the shootout. I love it. Keep it going. Keep slinging the ball. Keep running the ball. Beautiful.
You really can't say enough about the offensive linemen so far on the south side. They're really starting to show themselves. That was just daylight for days. Both the quarterback and the wide receiver there able to make the play. We've mentioned Marcus Buford Zwari earlier in the game from Devine, Texas. We got Blake Bridges out of Snellville, Georgia. Evan Dvorak, who we were able to interview yesterday. He's out of Winter Park, Florida, not too far from here. He goes to Lake Mary Prep, 6'2", 245 pounds. An offer from Vanderbilt. So, I mean, a lot of talent on that offensive line. It's showing. Offensive guard Anthony Overpeck. Just a ton of talent out there on the offensive line. They're showing it early. They've controlled the line of scrimmage for the most part. And we have a handoff here early on. So the first handoff there from the North, number 7 in at quarterback. Not going to gain much, maybe 2 or 3 yards. And it's going to be a 2nd and 7. That is Tyler Hayes in at quarterback. So this is his first look. He's out of Santa Clarita, California. Well, goes to Valencia High School.
That was Terrence Wiggins on the run there. He's a late addition from Raleigh, North Carolina on the running back. Wasn't able to get much. North's got to respond with their offensive line too.
Ooh. Hayes is not going to get much with that design play either. It is a handoff, or a keep, I'm sorry, from Tyler Hayes, and it's going to be a 3rd down now and long, as he did not pick up much on the play.
Well, it was a read option play, and the running back sweeped out to the left, and if the quarterback wants that option, he'll take it. The issue is both defensive tackles got through, so there's no way he's going to be able to pass the ball back. He had to keep it for himself and take on a few big hits up the middle.
Tyler Hayes is 6 inches shorter than Cole Hanafan, but their 40-yard dash is just 0.1 off, 4.9 to 4.8. He's going to overthrow his receiver there on the right side. It's going to be incomplete, bring up a 4th down. So we'll see if Hayes goes for it here, or if it's going to be a 3 and out. But Hayes does well in a run-heavy offense. He has a great arm, and he is a quick quarterback. As we said, a 4.940. Definitely a dual threat.
You know, it's interesting to see the change of the landscape in today with offensive line going so early in the drafts, and you're starting to see why. It's because, theory, if your offensive line can block, you'll have enough time to make the plays that your specialist can trigger.
Hayes out of the shotgun, 4th down. He's going to throw deep. This looks like he's got a man. It is caught. And there he goes to the 40, 35, and 30. He is going to get in the end zone as well. What a tap. 72 yards. Hayes connects to number 8 for a touchdown. And then North answers. That's Shane Noble out of Rochester, New York.
To be the man, you got to beat the man. And on that play, Shane Noble beat every man on the defense. Great play there for the North as they climb right back and score a touchdown.
What a throw and what a catch. Shane Noble representing upstate New York with that play. And he gets the North right back in it. So this is now 27-20 pending the extra point here. We haven't even had a chance to talk about the North's offensive line. And they did a great job there. Among them, another upstate New York guy, West Hempstead, New York, Ryan Lass, who's been fielding offers in Connecticut, multiple schools in Connecticut. Get this, he's 6'8", 290 pounds. We had a chance to talk to him yesterday, an offensive tackle. Late bloomer, but he's blooming. And he's a massive man. You just wouldn't believe his age when you stand next to him. And he's been helping out down in the trenches as well with Brandon Huddleston, who's out of Ohio. He goes to Western Brown High School, 6'2", 290. So same weight as Ryan Lass, 6 inches less. You can imagine how compact he is. These offensive linemen on both sides are tough to move, and they're showing it because the offense is scoring at will right now for both teams.
Is anyone going to tell the North that Kellen can make extra points? Because they're just going for 2 all day, and Kellen's got an incredible leg.
We know Coach Jeremy is unconventional. He's a very new age. I don't know if extra points or punts factor into him, or if he just doesn't, you know. The other thing you have to keep in mind is this isn't always, I mean, they want to win, obviously, on both sides, but you also have to keep in mind they could just be doing things, trying to get 4th down plays, trying to try new things with a lot of talent, see how it works out. And honestly, so far it's worked out pretty well on 4th down. We've seen a couple of touchdowns off of it. The aggressiveness has paid off after that early 20-0 deficit. But of course, he did go for it for two there. This, despite what the scoreboard says, and he made it. And just like the extra point, probably should have gone for 2 if you're the South. They didn't. They kicked the extra point. So 27-20 after all that.
Wow.
The handoff here, and the pile just keeps moving. And it's this is a rugby match on a football field, and that should be a...
Oh my God!
Keep
going!
Blow the whistle.
Oh!
There's helmets missing. What a play that was. The entire South sideline comes out.
Oh my
God. Catch her breath on that. Number 5 just came and moved the pile across the field.
Oh, no. That's all number 77, Marcus Burford-Zuarwi. What incredible moves there by that man, number 77, pushing the entire defense down the field Unbelievable. I've never seen anything like that in my life.
You would think
Incredible.
that was a Michael Oher resume tape from The Blind Side, the way he just moved the entire defense.
Oh my
First
God.
down, he carried Mark Wise with him from South Carolina, and Wise will get the credit on the scorecard, but it doesn't matter much. We're giving the credit here from the announcer's booth. That's going to be a carry for about 2 yards after all is said and done to the 41, and Texas showing what they can do as a state with that play.
Wow, those are some big men up front. Oh my goodness. You know, this offensive line, really, we've been talking about it all game, and it's been the theme of the day for a lot of these schools who have been able to throw the ball deep because they have all the time in the world. And hey, you don't even need to be a decent running back. You just have to have your offensive line push you down the field.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got Burford Suari on your side, yeah, he can just pick you up and carry you around the field if he wants to. Apparently, just took the entire team with him. So number 2 on the run there is going to run to his left there, quarterback in. He's got room to go. He's at 30 down to the 20. I mean, this is just unbelievable. What an action-packed game. That was Sean Russo, Oviedo, Florida. We've mentioned him a few times. I mean, when your running backs are 220 pounds, this is what happens. And this is what we're seeing. First down at the 19.
There's about a 2-ton truck in that offense between the offensive lineman and their running back. And really nothing can be done at this point. Anything you can do, I can do better, as Russo takes the ball up the middle there, completely untouched for about 10 yards. Incredible.
Fantastic run. He looks tiny on the field because everyone else is just so massive out there. But he's 220 pounds. And used it to his advantage there. Sean Russo, 5'11". You look at him on the field, he looks like he might be like 5'8", based on how big the offensive tackles are and the linebackers here on the north side.
Well, and you have the right side being future Dallas Cowboys and Blake and Marcus, totaling almost 600 pounds of brute strength.
This Leon led action.
You can pretty much run wherever you want. Unbelievable. I've never seen anything like that in my life. I mean, I've seen like the piles get pushed, but like 30 yards down the field.
Kudos to the referees, by the way. They could have blown that dead. They shouldn't have, but you would forgive them if they did, because the play looked dead and it just kept moving. So here we go. It's a shotgun. Plenty of time. Once again, a great job by the O-line. Number 2 is going to run it now, and he's got some room. He's going to try and lower the shoulder. Good job staying with him, number 21 with defense. So
Murphy.
That is Murphy there trying to make something happen.
Oh, you know what? It was Murphy on the previous run, too. That's why he looked so small. That wasn't Russo. That was Jazil Murphy that had that run.
And Murphy is only 5'8.5", so that is accurate. He looks like he's 5'8".
Still almost 180 pounds. He's not a small kid, but he's definitely making some dance moves on the dance floor out there. He's moving the ball down the field. This is an action-packed game. Great game so far.
21, Tavon Hicks was with that previous tackle. Now here we go again. It's Murphy looking up the middle. He's going to be down at about the 10.
Gain a couple.
It looks like he's short of a first, so you need to get to the 9 for the first down. Gain of a couple should be about a 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 2, depending on the mark. We haven't talked a lot about Tavon Hicks, but we have seen him stick like glue to a few of these running backs. He has been very good fundamental tackler from Wayne, Arkansas. He's 5'10", goes to Wayne High School, 190-pound, listed as a running back, but obviously he helps out on defense as well. This is going to be a run there, and it looks like they have enough for the first down. They're now into the red zone, and we're running down here in the second quarter. We're under 2 minutes. There is no 2-minute warning, but there's a minute 40 on the clock.
Keep in mind that the South, for playing by normal football rules, is going to get the ball at halftime, because the North was the first one with the ball.
I believe they are adhering to that, so
Okay.
that's a good point.
So South scores here. They take enough time off the clock. North doesn't have a chance to return. South could come out and then do some damage in the third quarter and blow up this game again.
Remember what we said earlier, the timeouts have almost all been used, one on each side left. That's going to be nothing there. So you wonder if that was by design, because you bring up a good point. Giselle Murphy, just trying to run to the outside, he didn't get to the outside, but the clock continues to run. North only has one timeout, so it would make sense. Worst case scenario, you go up 2 possessions if you can get the field goal. Best case scenario, you score a touchdown here late and really handcuff the North.
I can't get over how big the offensive line is. They're the size of like 3 of the players. It's incredible.
Here we go. It's Murphy behind center here. And he is going to hand it off to number 20 up the middle. Not going to get in there either. So Sean Rousseau with the carry there from Oviedo, Texas.
Haven't seen him
Or Oviedo, Florida, sorry. And Giselle Murphy with the handoff. So the clock keeps running. We're down to 25 seconds. You know, we saw these offensive linemen in practice, but they didn't have their uniform jerseys on, so we didn't know who they were. We had never met them before. And now it makes sense. They were all about 6'5", 240 in high school. And there's number 2 running into the outside. Has some room, will not get in. Ooh, now you wonder, I mean, you would want to use a timeout here, I would think, and they do. There we go. 7.7 seconds are left. It's going to be a 4th down, so this is the last play for the South regardless. They've got a 4th and goal from the 7. And it seems like the South is going to lead, barring a crazy pick 6, which we saw in an earlier game here across the field. South should lead. The question is, are they going to lead by a touchdown, are they going to lead by 10 points, or are they going to lead by 2 touchdowns, depending on what they decide here?
Well, I got 4 words for you. Kellen Grave de Peralta.
Is he coming out?
Let him kick the ball.
I agree, that is probably the best move. He has been as accurate as it gets, really one of the standouts here. He is a kicker, and he's just been about as automatic as you can get. He has 1 missed extra point and 1 missed field goal in 3 games today. And he's also kicked one from about 47 out, so we've seen some length with him as well. It looks like they're going to go for it. And it's going to be Murphy handing it off to Rousseau, and that's very close. I don't think he got in. It looked like the football side was not in there. We're going to reach halftime as far as the clock's concerned. He didn't get in. That's a huge stand by the North defense as they stop Rousseau at about the goal line. And at halftime, we are finally there. Hold on to your seats because there's a whole second half coming. It's 27-20 South. At halftime, we'll be back in a few short moments for the second half, which, if it's anything like the first half, is going to be incredible, so stay with us.
I don't know if my heart can handle this.
That was good. Time to stay.
What do we got? How much time is halftime?
16.5.
I put Kellen in the
for the South, with their third touchdown coming 8 seconds into the second quarter. So with 14:52 to go in the second quarter, the South led 20-0 over the North, and then things started to get crazy. North struck back with 3 touchdowns in the second quarter, South adding one of their own. That's how we've ended up at this 27-20 score, so it took a little bit, but now we've got both teams in it, and it's really just been touchdown after touchdown. A couple of early turnovers, none since. We've seen obviously the share of penalties, and as we've discussed throughout today, penalties and turnovers are going to happen when you've only played together for 2 or 3 days and are just meeting from all over the country, which is what this is, a culmination of all-stars from around the country participating in the NUC program, and they are bringing us quite the doozy today.
Now, just before the second quarter had ended, the South was threatening again to go up 2 scores, but the North had an incredible goal line stance to stop that. That came in handy because of this moment here. Start the third quarter, the South will get the ball up 1 score.
And our token kicker with the kickoff, and it's going to be ceremonially started here at the 25-yard line. We say that because Kellen Grave de Peralta has been the kicker in all 3 games from 7th, 8th, and 9th grades. 10th, or well, there was no kicking in that one, but 10th and 11th, and also this one. He's kicked in both games. He's kicked for both sides, as there is a limited amount of kickers who have shown up for this showcase. He's done an unbelievable job kicking from as far out as 47 yards, and he has missed just 1 extra point in field goal between the 2 games from all 4 teams. So we are at the start here of the third quarter. It's going to be a handoff first, and it's going to be a pickup of about nothing there. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. That was number 19 for the South, and he's now already off the field, starting it off behind center.
Well, Dalen Faltysek looking to come out, College Station, Texas, excuse me, with the draw play there. Couldn't get much. Let's see if they can turn around and get some more yards here. They're going to need to go up big, set them some momentum early on in the third quarter.
Faltysek is back on the field. He's going to throw it over the middle. That's a tight throw. It's incomplete. Not a bad idea. It was actually a pretty well-executed throw from Faltysek, but it is incomplete nonetheless. And we have a 3rd and 10 upcoming now, so 37 seconds in, and South in danger of having to give up the ball if they don't convert here.
Well, Faltysek tried to thread the needle, and you'll notice a lot of the quarterbacks in the NFL today have to do so the way defenses have been built in the play schemes. And he tried to thread the needle there, threw it low for only his receiver to catch. Couldn't come up with it, but a good shot.
Faltysek has some players in motion here. He's got a spread-out offense. It's 3 up top to his right and 1 down below to his left, and a running back there with him in shotgun. He's going to look to throw it, and he's going to throw it to his right. He's got a man. It's incomplete, and it is going to hit the ground there. Almost a chance of an interception. It was bouncing off of the hands of number 1 on the south side. That pass intended for Michael Pace. He could not come down with it. It's incomplete, and we have a 4th and 10.
Well, the ball looked like it was going to be bobbled up into an interception almost. Peter Ndachi on the play. He's out of Brooklyn, New York. Safety came up, tried to make a play on it. Was able to deflect the ball and knock it down, but you know, if that was a turnover, it could have been a lot different there. The North having the ball in the South territory to start already.
4th down, they will punt it, so it'll be an uncontested punt, and we'll see where it lands. Wherever it lands is likely where they will take over here on downs. And it's going to be caught at about the 43, so North still gets good field position. It's a kickoff of about 32, or a punt, I should say, of about 32 yards. North takes over at the 43, new set of downs for them. 27-20 South, there's 14-14 to go here in the third quarter.
All right, this is prime opportunity for the North to get back in the game, to tie it up for the first time today. Will be very interesting to see what the North has up their sleeve as they look to rebound and tie this ball game. It's been a long time since it's been tied. It's start the game 0-0. The South has been bringing the heat ever since, and here comes the North. The read option to start.
And tackle down there, so not a bad idea. Number 7, Tyler Hayes is in at quarterback. As we mentioned, it's a rotating group of quarterbacks, 4 on each side, so it's hard to keep track of, but it's Tyler Hayes in here. We saw a little bit of him earlier in the game, the 5'11", 185-pound quarterback out of Santa Clarita, California. He's out of the shotgun here. It was no gain on the previous handoff. He has 13 in motion. It's going to be a fake to him, and then another fake. Hayes keeps it, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. So 2 plays, a lot of action, no yards, and we're going to have a 3rd and 10.
Both teams looking to establish the run early here in the second half of the ball game. You see a couple runs really quick, some read option plays. It's been working off and on, but the North's offensive line hasn't been gelling that well. I want to see some quick passes to the outside and exploit that secondary.
Well, it's interesting. It was the passing game that opened up the running game in the first half, not the other way around as you so often see. And it looks like they're going to try and open the running game here in the second half. Then there's going to be a read, and it's going to be a handoff over to number 3. It's kind of a pitch over to Joey Ward, who has a touchdown in this game. And he's going to get about 4 yards, setting up a 4th down. And we'll see what North elects to do.
Well, Joey Ward went to Troy High School, and it looks like he was trying to knock down the walls of Troy there. He was able to get to the outside, but not go through for the first.
Quick snap and batted at the line of scrimmage. Fantastic play by number 90. So North tries to rush one there. Tyler Hayes with the throw, but it is batted down by number 90 on the south side. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. Jordan Shepard out of Tampa, Florida. All 6'4" of him knocking that down like a volleyball player. And we have a turnover on downs at midfield.
I don't second guess that call to go for him 4th down. You're near midfield. You have the opportunity to get back in this game and tie it up. Unfortunately, the ball got batted down after a somewhat decent drive, and now the South will take over at the north side of the ball field.
Well, I was going to say it was interesting. Now that it's a one-possession game, you wonder if Coach Jeremy was going to be a little less aggressive with his play calling, and the answer was no. He went for it from midfield on 4th down. I agree, I would have done it as well, but it would not have shocked me if there was a punt there. There's going to be a sack right off the opening play here of this drive. So number 3 in at quarterback for the South. He's sacked by number 1. It was Walker Dycus in at quarterback. He is immediately sacked by number 1 on the north side.
Well, they didn't see him. Kevin C. was able to get through there, squeak by, and make the tackle for a beautiful sack. That defensive lineman coming from Cincinnati, Ohio. And just like that, the South are facing a very long 2nd down. Good momentum for the North here.
North, you can see gaining confidence on the defensive side of the ball. Like I said, they were knocked down early. It is 3 up front wide receivers, and Dycus is going to keep it, and he's going to be out around the 45. So you got kind of a trips bunch of sorts at the top, but Dycus decides to keep it to the left side. We've seen that look a few times now from the South. This time it works, and it's worked to various outcomes here. A gain of a few there.
Well, Walker Dycus, he had 5,000 passing yards in his career, but he's also got 46 touchdowns. Some of those are actually rushing touchdowns. He can beat you through the air. He can beat you with his speed as well. He's got great legs, and just showed it there, able to get back close to a manageable 3rd down.
And he's been getting blocked. There's a jump, and that's on the north side. That should be a neutral zone infraction on the north, and it's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Well, a nice little story, and you get this a lot with the All-Stars. Walker Dycus, of course, is here with his teammate Evan Dvorak, and Evan Dvorak is an offensive lineman. So Evan Dvorak has been blocking for Walker Dycus, just like he would in a high school game, but he gets to do it here in the NUC showcase instead. Dvorak, number 69, offensive lineman, as we said, 6'2", 245 pounds. Be on the lookout for him. He is being scouted as well, with ambitions to go to Vanderbilt. And there's going to be a snap. That's going to be a throw over to the right side. Number 26, he gets it on the pitch.
Fast.
And he is very quick. It's going to be a pickup of about 3. Pretty well-designed play, but really good coverage there by the Northern defense.
Is that 26 or 28? 26, Brandon Hall, wide receiver from Florida.
Looks like it was 26. Yep, Brandon Hall there.
Man, he's got some wheels on him. That kid is fast.
Showing his speed. They're going to go for it here. It's a 4th and 6 from the 47. Again, around midfield, it seems to be consistently that both teams are going to go for it. And already in trouble, number 21 coming right through. Another sack and a turnover on down. So North is going to take over in South territory. That was Tavon Hicks from Wynne, Arkansas. coming through uncontested for the sack. He's on both sides of the ball, and he's made his presence felt mostly on defense here.
Well, don't forget about Andrew Becvar either. He was in on this sack as well from North Carolina. Big 6'2", 220-pound defensive end, barreling through the pair together, sat down Dycus, and just like that, the North takes over.
North takes over, and we don't need to look at the roster to see who's in at quarterback. There's a throw, and it is going to be over a pickup, nominal pickup, maybe a yard if that. Cole Hanafan, 6'5", 240 pounds. We saw him early in the game in that first quarter. He's back in here now in the third quarter, and he is a massive body back there at the quarterback position. 2nd and 10 upcoming. He also likes the no huddle because we're immediately in shotgun. That's going to be a handoff. He's going to fake it to the outside, 28. And that is very good speed. Almost broke loose there. Number 28, Tavion Hunter. Got a chance to talk to him at Forest Hills, Kentucky yesterday, and he shows his speed there. He's also being scouted. You can see why. Explosive speed from Hunter.
I bet you West Virginia State loves that. That was a great run to the outside there. And if you notice, too, Hanafin was barreling around to block for him. I mean, this guy has no fear.
Hanafin looking to throw. He's in trouble on blindside tackle. Number 90 from the south. So a big sack there. That's going to stop the momentum a little bit. As Hanafin goes down, he didn't even see him coming. He's lucky he didn't fumble. Hanafin does have a fumble earlier in the game. Jordan Shepard there with the sack from Tampa, Florida.
Wow, man, these defensive ends are playing almost as well as your offensive guards as they're getting through to the quarterback here left and right. That's a scary play as Hanafin was blindsided.
Hanafin now a handoff to the right side, trying to get to the edge, not going to, and he's wrapped up 29 and 55 on the play there. It was number 19 on the run, Tim Williams from Cincinnati, Ohio, and he's wrapped up by 2 different Southern players, bring up a 3rd down and 16.
You know, I don't like these hurry-up calls. Hanafin's running the hurry-up every time he's in, and I think the North was doing the best when they slowed it down and took their time.
Hanafin looking downfield. He's got a man. It is intercepted.
Oh my.
Intercepted over the middle and brought down to the 30 to the 40 to the 45. He's across the midfield to the 50. Still on his feet. Then he's got a blocker. 45 to 40. He's going away. There's one man left to beat. 10, 5. It is a touchdown for the South. A pick 6.
To be the man, woo! You've got to be a man. And just like that, interception returned for a touchdown. Unbelievable. Cole Hanafin smelled footsteps. He heard him too. He couldn't do anything about it. He delivered a strike over the middle. Unfortunately for him, his receiver did not come away with it. And just like that, the South goes out to a 2-touchdown score.
An interception. Hanafin has struggled. 2 turnovers now in his drives. You're right, there might be something to it. The offensive no huddle has not worked out for the North, though they've tried it off and on, and they just paid for it there. Big turnover. We talked about how the turnovers have been cut down on the second quarter. Well, not there. And it's going to actually be brought back. An illegal block in the back. So after all that, they're going to bring it back.
Big break.
Huge break for the North. It was a big momentum turner, and that's going to bring it back. We'll see now. I don't know if that was before or after the interception.
Well, it's a block in the back. That means that's the runner. So what happened was the cornerback picked, or the safety picked it off, was running, and during that play, one of the blockers blocked an offensive player who's now a defensive player from behind, thus draws the penalty. It's still going to be the South's ball, but now they're going to have to start at their own 35-yard line as opposed to dancing around and waiting for the extra point.
So the interception stands, the touchdown does not. And from the 35, South takes over 1st down, so consider that more or less a punt. And here we go. Neon Socks number 13 in for the South. He's going to look to go to his left. He's going to get over to the sidelines. A pickup of about 4 yards.
On the interception was Tommy Hawthorne from Spring Hill, Louisiana. Great play by that man. A lot of stamina to make it all the way. And he's probably huffing and puffing on the sidelines now.
It's got to be the worst feeling you bring it to the house, especially when you're a defensive player. You don't get to do it too often. Yeah. And then have it called back, wasted the energy, and didn't get to celebrate with glory. It is Joaquin Collazo Cameron, who is back in at quarterback. He is the one I spoke of the Neon Sox. And he's back in out of the shotgun. He's got a spread out offense, and he's going to have a handoff up the middle. We'll get a number on who that was, but he does carry the pile. It's going to be a 3rd and short, 3rd and about 2, as to pick up of about 4.
Man, Brent Bailey. What blocking he had up front. He's a fullback. He's from Laplace, Louisiana. He's 5'9", 250 pounds. He's looking at different schools. A lot of schools are talking to him, mostly in Alabama, which is right up his alley. And man, was he barreling that defense forward on that play.
Back into the shotgun, back into the handoff, room to run. That's going to be a 1st down and then some as they cross midfield. That's number 20 on the carry, Sean Rusaw. He's had a lot of touches in this game. There's another one that works out. So a 1st down across midfield. South driving. We are about halfway through here in the 3rd quarter, as there's 6:30 to go now. Minute past halfway, and the clock's still ticking. It's 27-20 South. Earlier today, if you missed it, the South won 20-10 in the sophomore junior event, and they won 34-0 in the 7th, 8th, and 9th grade event. So it's been all South all day. North has literally not led at any point. They're trying to in this one just salvage one thing, but from midfield, here we go. Left-handed throw to the right side, number 16 with the reception. It's going to be a catch, and he's still on his feet, trying to make something there. Gains about 4 yards. That was Kaide Jones with the reception.
Jacob Meade, the linebacker, came on the tackle on the play. The last 3 plays, he's had the tackle. He looked like a man possessed there as he chased down the receiver and threw him to the ground. He does not look too happy. He's trying to do everything he can for his defense to take the North back into the game.
2nd and 6 from the 46. Out of the shotgun, spread wide receivers against another handoff up the middle, and he's got room to run. This is going to be another 1st down, so if it's not fixed, don't break it. It's a 1st down for the South.
All right, that'll move the chains. It's good for a 1st down. The South's moving the ball, and this is the position they want to be in, where you're taking your time, you're moving the ball slowly, you're taking time off the clock, you have a 7-point lead, you're nursing it, you're still moving the ball forward, which means you have a chance to score points and put some distance there. I think they've been very methodical today, and that's why the difference has been in their favor.
Cameron's been as cool as a cucumber with these inside handoffs so far. And here he's going to go to and fake it this time. Now he's got some opening, and there's a catch by number 27 on the South. They're going to get inside the 15. That's what that designed. Back-to-back inside handoffs. Now they fake one, and it's an easy separation pass there. Number 27, Maxwell Baker from Bridge City, Texas, makes the catch. He goes to Bridge City High, 5'10", 170 pounds, listed as a running back, but he's a receiver on that play.
Look at these running backs making these catches. I mean, this is incredible. Usually, you know, you have a running back that's a one-trick pony. You can run the ball, maybe block for you, but not always a receiving running back. Every running back we've seen today can catch out of the backfield. Very impressive.
You can see the NFL influence as far down as the high school level, because that is a trend in the NFL. Is a lot of these running backs now are looking to be more involved in the passing game as well, so they can get more touches. And we're seeing that at this level. You're right. Every running back we've seen has also had good hands. Out of the shotgun is Cameron. And he's going to be looking. Lefty looks to his left. Now he's going to scramble to his right. He's in trouble. He's going to get rid of the ball, and he's got a man. And it's off the fingertips. Pretty good attempt there. He could have thrown it out of bounds. He actually did have a chance there. It's an incomplete pass, and a 2nd down upcoming.
Really good pressure. They got to find an answer for Kevin C., the guy from Cincinnati, Ohio. I mean, he's getting through almost every play and putting pressure on the quarterback.
So into the huddle, they'll slow things down on the south end. Now they've decided on their play. It's the 43-yard line is where this play is going to take place from. 2nd down upcoming from the 2nd and 15, I should say, from the 43. Cameron looking to his right. He's got a man deep. He's going to look, and it's going to be incomplete. Kind of tied up there, number 26. Got a little lost on his route. That was Brandon Hall out of Florida, and an incomplete pass as he's unable to bring it in.
Well, it's going to be 3rd down and a long 15 here. If the North can get a stop. I mean, now you saw a very offensive battle in the first half. Now in the second half, the defenses are really coming to play now. The North is responding well. Their defense has been doing great lately. And, you know, we might go a full quarter without a score here. This is pretty remarkable.
Well, after the 47 points in the first half, and most of them in that second quarter, now you're in the third quarter, there's been no score. Definitely a change of of look for this game. Cameron looking to his right side. He's going to go over the middle. He's got a man, but he's going to overthrow him. And that one, once again, intended for Brandon Hall. So they're trying to get a connection going. It does not work out on this drive. Now you have a 4th and long. They're kind of in that no man's land of the 43, but it does look like personnel will change. And I would think a punt would be coming.
Well, they punted before, and they are going to punt.
They are going to
again.
punt, yep.
Yep, so it gives the North another opportunity to tie this game. I can't believe we haven't had a lead by the North the entire day. It's incredible.
Yep, and we also haven't had a field goal in this game, although Kellen Grabe de Peralta making use here of his punting game. He also has some extra points on the south side, not so much the north. They haven't attempted one. Peralta's going to look to pin him back, and there's a nice punt. We'll see where it lands, and he's going to pin him back indeed. That's inside the 5. It's going to roll out of bounds between the 4 and the 5 yard line.
Wow.
So a very good punt, a very good punt inside the 5. That's exactly what you want to do at that point on the field. And with 4:01 to go, fresh set of downs for the North, but they're going to start deep in their own territory.
Do you see North? Do you see Kellen? He knows how to use his foot. You should trust him. If you score a touchdown, kick the extra point.
Especially in this situation, down 7, you'd be crazy not to, unless it was, a game-ending situation. You wanted to go for all of it. North takes over, and the big man's coming back on the field.
Well, let's see if Hanafan can turn things around. I mean, highly scouted player. He's had a tough go in this game.
Hanafan trying to get something going. It's going to be a handoff, and it's going to get to about the 5. Not much there on the handoff. Gain of about a yard.
Well, let's see. I mean, I think really you can't call hurry up in this scenario. You've got to slow things down and pick apart this defense play by play. I think that's been their kryptonite this whole game. Is when they're going their hurry up, they struggle. The defense can read the plays. When they go and they're very technical and take their time, they're able to move the ball down the field.
Hanafan out of the shotgun. He's got a man back there with him. And he's going to throw. It's going to be an overthrow. That should be an incomplete pass. It was in front of the number 3 receiver, Joey Ward. And it is. So it's going to be a 3rd and 9. And Hanafan looks like his timing's just a little off right now.
Something's wrong.
Yeah.
I think he may be injured, or maybe it's in his head, but he's just, we saw him in practice. This isn't the same player.
He was nailing every throw and every play in practice. He was right on the money, and it just seems like his timing's a little off. And now the snap's a little off. He's going to recover, and that's going to be incomplete. Tried to beat the defense there. That's a nice coverage play there. Number 14 on the south side, safety Blake Beal from Tryon, Oklahoma on the coverage there. Nice play by him to break that up.
I think they're going for it.
Well, they don't like their punter in this game, I
Okay,
guess.
I was going to say, Coach Jeremy, get out there and yank your players. You're at your own 5-yard line. Punt that ball.
Right. One possession game, not something you want to mess around with. They are indeed going to bring out a different unit here from their own 6. It is a 4th and 9. Haven't moved the ball yet. Blake Beal, on that previous play, we had a chance to talk to him. He's being scouted schools in Missouri, Texas, Kansas, kind of all over the map. Really nice kid out of Oklahoma. Already a great interview, and he's only 17 years old. So there's the punt. It's good enough that will at least give the South a challenge. They're going to start from about the 38-yard line rather than the 6. That's going to be an improvement. It's a net of 32 yards, and the South takes over, looking to make this a 2-possession game. They have not been able to so far in the 3rd quarter.
Well, what was the tough part there is Hanafan didn't have much time to do what he wanted with the ball. You had Jacob Ungaro, who comes out of Maitland, Florida. He's from Lake Mary Prep, too. He's a defensive end. He kept getting through the line like nothing. Every play he was committing pressure. He was pushing the quarterback to make bad decisions, and that's what happens when your defense is gelling.
South has the football here. Out of the shotgun, it's going to be a handoff. Big scrum there. Not too many yards on it. About a gain of 3. We'll set up a 2nd and 7.
2 on the carry. 3-yard gain, 2nd down.
Well, it's going to bring up 2nd down and 7. And, if you're the North right now and you're the defense, you're doing everything you can to give your team the opportunity to tie this game up. But the offense just can't click with you at this moment. So, the North, they're going to have it's at the 36-yard line, and you're about 5 yards away from Kellen's pocket to kick. And 2-score game might put the North out of this thing.
South had shown the preference to use their kickers more than the North. That's going to be a fumble. Tough picking it up, and now he's going to be tackled in the backfield. That play did not work out well at all. Giselle Murphy was in at quarterback, and yes, he's going to be pushed back there, and now you're out of field goal range, and you have a 3rd and long.
Jacobs on either side. Jacob Mugaro for the South and Jacob Meade for the North. They're both getting through. Jacob Meade's a linebacker, though. He's just all over every play. It's incredible. He's got a homing beacon on wherever the football is going, and just drawing there and makes the sack and tosses the quarterback to the other end of the stadium.
3rd and 13 coming up now from the 42, so they need to get to the 29 to get a 1st down. It's ways away down the field right now. Murphy's still in at quarterback. He's out of the shotgun. He's got 4 wide. And he's going to look deep. That's a lob pass. He's got a man, and it is going to be caught. Still on his feet.
Oh my God, touchdown!
So not only do they convert the 3rd down, they convert the touchdown as well. A throw to number 6, and it is a touchdown. Jeremiah Brown from Kyle, Texas, not only catches it, stays on his feet, gets into the end zone, and the South gets that touchdown.
Wow, Giselle Murphy threw that ball up in the air, only where his receiver could catch it. He made an incredible catch. Jeremiah Brown racing off to the end zone for a touchdown. He puts his team up 2 scores. What an incredible play by that young man. Excellent.
So alternate the quarters. South dominates here in the 3rd. They have the only score so far. And it is now, with the extra point good, 34-20 South. North will take the ball. There's still a minute 39 left in the 3rd quarter. But this quarter's belonged to the South after the North kind of made of the game, outscoring them 20-7 last quarter.
Well, if it's a tale of every other quarter, that can only be good news for the North then.
Well, if they only have to overcome a 14-point deficit instead of a 20, they may be able to get it done.
I really am curious to know if there's overtime in these games. I don't think there is, but that would be quite magnificent to cap a day off like today with some overtime.
Either way, this has been clearly the most competitive game. Both teams just very evenly matched. North got off that slow start, but since then we've had a pretty evenly matched game. And they're going to take over the ball, looking to strike back after giving up the touchdown. 34-20 South. They're on top. A minute 39 to go. 1st down and 10 from the 25 for North. We are in the 3rd quarter of the 3rd game of the NUC Showcase here at Municipal Stadium in Daytona Beach. And out of the shotgun and in motion now, here's number 80. And there looks to be some sort of miscommunication.
Tariq Shaw in the game? Who's in the game right now? They took Hanafan out.
Flag on the play, full start.
It is a false start on the North, so their drive is going to back up before it starts. It's going to be a 1st and 10 now from the 20. It does look like it is Shaw in there, although we're trying to confirm the number.
See a 1 at least.
80 once again motion. There's Shaw back there. It's going to be a pitch over number 21 and not much there at all. So this drive already looking like it's not in good shape. That was Tavon Hicks. He took a hard hit there, and it's going to be a loss on the play, or he might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Either way, we're looking at a 2nd and long.
Wow, Kendrick Wade is playing hard tonight. I mean, that linebacker from Quinton, Georgia, he's been all over the place, knocking people loose.
Shaw on the shotgun there, he has a hesitation unique to him when he's back there. It seems like he almost like loads up and then fires. Either way, he fires over the head of his receiver. It's going to be a 3rd down and 15 from the 20 now. This is not what you want right after giving up a touchdown to make it a 2-possession game. 19 seconds gone by, and they may be in trouble here. Just in that they are not able to move the football right now. 3rd and 15, Shaw back there. He's got 3 up top to his left. And a runner in motion. That's number 3, Joey Ward in motion.
Oh, he's got
Shaw
man.
looking. He's going to try and get into the pocket and then out of it and then back into it. And then he's going to throw it off number 19. And it's caught.
It's close.
Close to the 1st down. Kind of improvising there to a degree. It worked out also to a degree. That was Tim Williams.
They're going to mark it a 1st down.
Wow. Generous spot, but a 1st down nonetheless. Great play there. And all of a sudden, North is driving the ball. They convert a big 3rd and 15. Shaw once again out of the shotgun. He's got 13 in motion. It's going to be a handoff to him. He's going to try and get to the outside end. He's going to be wrapped up. That's a fantastic play on the defense there by the south side.
I feel like every second down has been 2nd and 15 because of the runs have been like a 5-yard loss every time.
A lot of motion and option runs on the first down. South really just been too fast and too good, in all honesty. They've shut down the edges, and that's been where the North's been trying to get on first down. You're right, it hasn't worked out. They've been stuck in a lot of 2nd and 3rd long situations. Shaw out of the shotgun has a running back with him. He's going to throw to his right. He's got number 80 wide open. It's going to be a nice little gain back to the original line of scrimmage, and then a couple of yards after that. So a pickup of about 6 should make it about a 3rd and 7.
Boy, if he had faked that throw and gone out, he would have had Jaden Bradley for infinity down the right side because he just split the defenders and was speeding off to the distance. But the play call to the bubble screen to the wide receiver, and it got a few yards. But you can see the frustration in Jaden Bradley because he knew it. He knew he had a touchdown easy.
Daniel Ortiz is the one on the catch. We've heard his name a few times today. He's got a few catches. Nice game from him. We have a timeout here as the 3rd quarter has expired. So at the end of 3 quarters of play, the South is up 34 on the North at 20. And we will head into the 4th quarter. 2nd and 13. Ball is at the 37-yard line here. North trying to drive and get back into this game.
Well, the South needs to get their entire team off the field because instead of having 12, they're about to have 50 men on the field in a second.
North looks ready to go. They've switched sides once again, so North at their own 37. They're now headed towards the flag side with the scoreboard at their back. North in blue, red is, the South is in red, and it's still Shaw back there, regardless of which side of the field they're facing.
Timeout.
It looks like the North coach has come out almost a 1/3 of the way onto the field. You'd hate to see a timeout immediately after the 3rd quarter. You would think they had time to talk in the break, but we'll see what this is about as both teams huddling up.
I don't think he liked the way the defense was set up. I think they were stacking in the box, and he knew that was not good news. He's probably going to call a short pass play over the middle.
There doesn't seem to be a timeout taken off the clock, so I don't know if that counts as an official timeout or not.
Has the 4th quarter even started yet, technically?
And now it has, yes. So the 4th quarter, that counts. So North uses their first timeout. Remember, they're the ones down 14, so that's a tough timeout to take without running a play in the 3rd quarter. The 4th quarter, you just hate to see that. And now Shaw looking. It'll be worth it if they can
got a lot of time.
He's going to throw off his back foot incomplete. He had some space and some time. It seems like he got a little flustered there. The pass was intended for number 13, Christian McDowell, incomplete. And now we are faced with a 4th and 8 situation, and the North down to timeout.
Well, number 9, Nicholas Pikramenos, coming up there to make the the pressure. Linebacker almost got to the quarterback, just enough to make a bad decision.
Shaw to his right has a man. It is into double caught, and he has no one behind him either. Taking it down the sideline, and he's going to get into the end zone for a touchdown on another 4th down conversion that turns into a touchdown. The North has struck back.
Wow.
There is a flag on the play. We're going to see what it is about. This might be coming back. It was an incredible play, and it's something we've seen multiple times. The cornerback's too aggressive, doesn't make the catch. It's caught by the receiver, and then he runs it for a touchdown.
Calling a touchdown.
The touchdown will stand. So after all that, it's a touchdown along the right side. Down the sideline, a nice play. It's going to be officially a 63-yard touchdown pass from Tariq Shaw, and it's 34-26 now.
Oh, Jaden Bradley. Man, the boy from Illinois. He was a little upset about the one earlier. He finally got to make a play, and boy, did he take advantage of it. 63 yards down the sideline. Incredible.
We saw Jaden Bradley in practice. They go for 2 here. This one's up, and it's no good. I just don't understand going for 2 there, but now they're down 8, so now next time they're going to have to go for 2.
Yeah.
But Jaden Bradley, we saw him in practice. His route running is just so precise. He has such good hands. Really kind of an Antonio Brown type. Runs great routes, has really good hands. He's not the biggest man, but he is still 6 feet 165. Does a great job, and you saw it there.
Well, he used his hands there in that play. He's a great vertical. Probably a pretty big vertical there. I mean, he stretched out. A lot of what I've seen today, I've noticed the defenders are jumping the gun too quick. These DBs are thinking that the ball's going to be right at their fingertips, and it goes over them for a completion. They need to go foot for foot, step for step with the wide receivers so they can time it a lot better.
Especially on these 4th and long plays, your job right there isn't to intercept the ball, it's to knock it down. And
Good
yeah,
point.
just overly aggressive, and it burns them. That leads to a touchdown. That's a big touchdown. If that ball is knocked down, South has the ball up 2 scores here early in the 4th and threatening for another one. Because again, that was 4th down. They would have been inside the 35, threatening to score again. But instead, we have a 8-point game after the failed 2-point conversion. And South comes back onto the field looking to score from their own 25 instead. Looks like it's number 19 out there for the South. This first play is going to be a run to the right. It's a designed run to the right.
Wow.
It's going to be a loss of about 3. Great play on the northern side.
Number 19 on the quarterback
That's
keeper.
gonna
He is
be
tackled by number 8.
Number 8, Shane Noble. Again, he has been coming up left and right today. Cornerback sneaks in and gets the sack behind the line of scrimmage. They sent him on a rush from the outside. He's able to speed up and take the quarterback down. Great play.
It's Dalen Faltysek who is back out there, College Station, Texas. As we've mentioned, Johnny Manziel played for Texas A&M, was a quarterback here as well. So Faltysek, hailing from the same area. There's a throw over the middle. It is incomplete. That one intended for number 4, and it is dropped.
Great play by Nathaniel Barr III from Brooklyn. He went to Abraham Lincoln High School. He's 5'10", a Buchs 65 cornerback. Stuck his hand in there on a great slant route that was designed. He was able to deflect it. And the North now has put themselves in a 3rd and 12 situation to stop the South, and then this could get interesting.
That pass was intended for John Drake out of Texas as well. So Faltysek trying to get his Texas boys going here. And to no avail there. So now we have a 3rd and 12. Big 3rd down here. North gets a stop. They're only down 8 points. They will have a shot here. Faltysek looking, throws to his left. He's got a man, and once again, blown coverage. Misses to the 40. He's got room to run across midfield, down to the 40. They said he's still in bounds.
Oh my
He's still alive and take it all the way. Oh, what an embarrassing play by the defense. And that's a touchdown for the South. More over-aggressive defensive back play. And this time they could not push him out of bounds. It's a touchdown for number 19.
And he's posing. He's taking pictures. What a play. I mean, that was just a bad, just as we talked about earlier, the defenders trying to get up, make a play way too early instead of playing the receiver themselves. Unforgivable. Just lets the wide receiver blow by him. He tiptoes, tap dances the sideline for a long touchdown on 3rd down.
So Faltysek gets it done with the throw along the sideline. This extra point is good. So we have an unorthodox 40-26 score now. They're still 13-40-40. It's now 41-26. We got the extra point. So a 15-point game, still 13-44 to go. But things are now starting to look a little worse for the North as they had a big 3rd down. It's so weird. It on the plays where you expect a big pass, those are the plays where they're executing them.
Brandon Hall is the one that caught that touchdown pass from Florida. You know, as you were saying that, I just thought to myself, well, the South is winning, and they're also trusting their kicker.
That's right. Yeah, the 2-point conversion game has not worked very well. They're at a net negative of 2. 4 touchdowns for the North at 26 points. South has mostly gone, I believe they missed an extra point, but otherwise they have 6 touchdowns and 41 points. Much less aggressive. That kickoff will be.
Oh, they're not going to get it there.
25.
I'm still getting confused by the fielding of the kicks. I was like, are they going to have to take the ball to the 2-yard line? But I think he just fields it and take it out 25.
For the North, it's going to be 1st and 10.
That's exactly right. So North takes over. 13:44 to go. It is 41-26 South. North trying to get one of the wins here today and avoid a clean sweep, but so far not working out for them. They're going to have a quarterback change again. So the rotation continues. This time it's number 13. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to run over the sideline. He's got some room. Might have gotten the first down after all there. That looked like Christian McDowell, who again is kind of a Swiss Army knife of sorts.
Marcus Ward.
Or Marcus Ward is in there. He's been by far the most effective quarterback for the North today.
Yep. Absolutely. I think he's got 3 of the touchdowns. I keep him out there until they tie this ball game.
There's a handoff over the middle. He's got one. He's free to go. Here we go. Number 26 down the sideline. Number 28, and that's a touchdown.
Wow.
The North answers back. Tavion Hunter from Forest Hills, Kentucky. We mentioned his speed earlier. We mentioned talking to him yesterday. He's showing what he's all about with the touchdown, and the North answers back.
Wow, those wheels, man, keep going. Chicka, 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 chicka. Just down the sideline, burn the entire defense, split the safety and the linebacker on the left-hand side, makes it look so beautiful. Barely touched for a long touchdown. You think the North's going to go down when they go down 2 scores, but they just keep finding ways to come back. And they're going for 2 again.
So here's the most dangerous 2-point conversion, because they were down 9. So if you don't convert here, it's still a 2-possession game. And he's being flushed out of the pocket, looking for a man, and he's going to overthrow him, and that is very costly. That was, I mean, they left Ward in there, Marcus Ward, and we've been getting confused all day. Number 13, Marcus Ward, and number 13, Christian McDowell, both prominent in this offense. Ward on the throw there, incomplete, and now we have a 9-point game, so it's 41-32. At this point, you just have to wonder, I mean, I just don't get it with the extra points. Are they not allowed to use our guy?
They just don't want someone in red kicking extra points for them. I think that's what it comes down to.
There's no other explanation. I mean, that's potentially, I mean, that's game-changing.
I mean, they could be down 6 right now, 2 field goals,
Now,
and a touchdown.
The flip side to this is they have been awful on 2-point conversions today. It works out really well if you're converting these 2-yard 2-point conversions, but they have not done that. And the South, yeah, I mean, the difference in this game almost at this point has just been what you do with your extra points.
Kellen might be the MVP today by virtue of just not being on the field and giving the South the win by that.
He's got 6 extra points for the South, and the North now is at a -3 as far as their extra points. So you're already, that's the 9-point difference right there.
It's unbelievable.
It's just been in the extra points. I mean, the North has 5 touchdowns, the South has 6 touchdowns. It's another way to look at it, but this game should be a lot closer.
Let me ask you this: they're gonna, let's say the North comes back, they score a touchdown, they miss the 2-point conversion, like they will. They're down 3. Would they go to Kellen for the field goal attempt?
That's an interesting call. You risk it all, and not do that. So. After all that, the ball taken at the 25. It's a handoff early here, and we're going to have a 2nd and 8. That's only a pick of about 2 from the South side. 13 minutes still left, so this clock just does not seem to be ticking all that much, which is great because we've been getting a lot of scoring going in here. But I'm sure if you're the South side, you're wishing it would tick a little faster.
Who is Walker back in?
So we have number 5 back there for the South, as well as number 3, it looks like. So yeah, Walker Dycus is the primary quarterback. He's back on the field. He's got Mark Wise back there with him. Mark Wise out of South Carolina, he's the running back. And we're going to have a timeout here.
Mark Wise with that huge touchdown earlier. Yeah, Walker's been, he's the quarterback that started opposite side Cole Hanafan today. Cole Hanafan, obviously the one that's got a lot more of the stats behind us, but don't sleep on Walker Dycus. I mean, he's really had a great senior year on a school, Lake Mary Prep. He's got a lot of good tools in his arsenal, and they're putting him in here at the end, and I don't blame him, to be honest.
Yeah, why not? He's had a great game. Dycus had a great game. Ward's had a great game from quarterback position. We've seen a lot of them today. They've done a great job. Shaw's had some pretty good moments as well. So Dycus, the lefty, goes over the middle, number 8. That's incomplete. He was throwing into traffic there. To say one thing about Walker Dycus, he is not afraid to throw into traffic and try and thread the needle. That throw intended for Alex Julian from Austin, Texas. That's incomplete. Julian from McCallum High School, 5'11", 165-pound wide receiver.
I thought the ball was caught for a second, but it was knocked down, as he said.
3rd and 8 upcoming. Ball's at the 27-yard line. Big third down here if you're the North defense, especially down still 2 possessions. That's a big difference now. You didn't really gain much on the last touchdown. Dycus, gonna look to his right. That's incomplete. It is incomplete.
Oh.
It looked like it was intercepted for a moment by number 3. But instead that throw is incomplete, and that actually was not Dycus on the throw just then. It was number 13 instead, so they did a little switch there for the play. Doesn't work out either way. That was Joaquin Collazo Camarand almost throwing an interception.
Is that a number 3 or a number 9? His jersey is crinkled, so I can't tell. But if it is a number 3, that's Joey Ward playing both sides of the ball, the running back from Albany, New York, coming up with the deflection there. Or it could be number 9, the safety, Peter Ndachi, who's had a great game from Brooklyn, New York. So either of the 2 young men, both having solid games today, coming up with a good play there. Oh!
That is a botched punt, so...
And the North is shouting, "Told you so!"
Yeah, the
Told
North
you
has
so.
has just verified their game plan this entire time. Kellen Grave de Peralta, who has been just fantastic all day long, did not get one there. And this is going to give North very good field goal position here, as they're going to start pretty deep into South's territory.
I think he's the only one that's been here longer than the directors of the actual organization. I mean, he's been kicking in every game for both sides. He's punting, he's kicking off. I mean, you know, the kid's bound to break. You can't go 12 hours in a day kicking the ball and be perfect.
He's been fun to watch. This is going to be a handoff. That's not going to work. And that's going to be a fumble, number 90. Just a clumsy execution there by the North. And they immediately give the ball back. And that has been the story. South has been so great at executing when they need to. Number 90 there with the recovery. South football.
That's Jordan Shepard from Tampa, Florida. He's actually had a lot of impact today. Not so much on the ball itself, but he's been breaking through as a big defensive end through that line to put some pressure on the quarterbacks. There he actually came up with the fumble. Good heads-up play as he saw the ball get dropped by the running back. And just like that, South has the ball.
Jordan Shepard, 6'4", 220.
Big boy.
Yes, and he plays like it on the field. So now South's back in it, and we've got number 2 behind center out of the shotgun formation. He's going to be scrambling up the middle, and it's going to be a pretty good run. A gain of about 6 there. Didn't look like it was going to be much. It turned into a lot. And here we go. 2nd and 4 upcoming.
Jayzel Murphy and a quarterback. You know, it's interesting to see the dynamic of the 2 between Walker Dycus and Jayzel Murphy. They're both, you know, executing almost effortlessly and flawlessly their game today for 2 very different reasons. Jayzel Murphy really on his legs. He's a quick guy. He's got a lot of tools in his arsenal. He had 20 touchdowns this past year. So, you know, he's looking to definitely keep his team way above in the game.
Well, they're very different quarterbacks as well. Walker Dycus, more of your traditional quarterback, although they both can move pretty well. And, of course, Murphy, you just have to contain back there. He's so quick. There's a throw to left. Murphy showing that he can be a traditional quarterback. That looks like that is incomplete. It was a great attempt. Left right there. A diving attempt, number 18. Almost made a highlight reel catch. But it is Moses Alakayi who cannot come down with it. And he's out of Richmond, Texas, George Bush High School.
He caught a touchdown earlier. It's almost as if Jayzel Murphy heard us here in the booth talk about him only having wheels on him.
You think I only have legs? Watch this. Throws a perfect spiral down the sideline, almost completes it. So here we go, 3rd and 5. Got them the jump. That's a costly penalty. Looks like it's a first down. It's encroachment on the defense.
Close.
And we'll see where they mark this. I don't know if it was a pure 5 or not. And move the chains. That's a first down. Big penalty there. Clock's at 11 minutes and 6 seconds. So still a lot of time, although we're not going to be saying that forever as the clock continues to tick.
Who told you to move across the line? You better wait for my request. Unforgivable of the North to commit that type of penalty this late in the game.
Out of the shotgun, running back there, it's now number 19 in. And that's going to be a handoff, not going to go very far, over to the 40 on the north side. So not much there, a gain of maybe a yard.
Swallowed up by number 45 on the play there. That is McDowell Norfleat. He's from Chicago, Illinois. 5'10" linebacker at 181 pounds. First to the running back there to swallow him up, take him down. That's a loss. They got to keep this momentum, though. Keep the South out of field goal range because, unlike the North, they're not afraid to use Kellen and put some extra points on the board.
It's Dalen Faltysek back out there at a quarterback. He's out of the shotgun looking, pocket collapsing, and it's going to collapse a little faster than he can handle. Number 92 doing a little dance. He's going to like that. That's a big sack over there from a big boy. And we are going to have a 3rd and long upcoming.
Keep feeding that man some cornflakes. Michael Kellogg from Kitts Hill, Ohio with the sack there. That is a big defensive end at 210, 6 foot. And he's able to get through and just bury the quarterback down to the ground and keep this drive from getting any closer to their end zone. Heads up play there.
You work all weekend to get your moment in the sun, and you could see Kellogg enjoyed his.
Oh, yeah.
Worked all weekend, gets the sack he wants, and he's happy. You gotta love that. That's what these things like the NUC Showcase are all about. Getting these players, they're so humble, but when they have their moment, they also know how to enjoy themselves, and we love watching it. So Faltysek now, or Faltysek, Dycus back in. We can't even talk. Meanwhile, Dycus throws a pretty good throw. It's a little overthrown and it's incomplete. So we're going to have a 4th down after the quarterback carousel. And there's a player down. It's on the north side. That might be Kellogg. I thought that might have been his helmet. It's tough to see the number at the moment.
Helmet.
And the training staff's going to look at him, and as has been the tradition throughout this game, the players go down to one knee when a player's down out of respect. As the whole south side has gone over the sideline, north side standing in the middle of the field.
I mean, it just goes to show you how much heart these players are playing with today. I mean, you know, like I said earlier in the game, for some of these players, this might be their, last nationwide competitive, ultra-competitive game. And other players, they're really trying to put on a highlight reel to get into a big school or continue their career. They give it everything they have, and sometimes you run into a situation like this, but you can't blame them. You keep going. You go as hard as you can till the whistle blows, and hopefully this young man's okay.
Walker Dycus does have a little bit of Russell Wilson to him. He's about the same size, 6 foot, 190 pounds. You look at him throw it. It's just a very effortless short motion, which is a really good thing to have at this age. That's something that scouts are going to look for later on. It is not a Tim Tebow long extended motion. He just kind of flicks it, and all of a sudden it's going 35 yards.
He snaps the ball. He's got great release.
Really well coached over there at Lake Mary Prep, and I'm sure he's benefited too from all of Lake Mary Prep people around him for this weekend, as there's a big presence here from there.
A lot of Lake Mary Prep has shown up today, and they're also making their mark. I mean, the South really has controlled the bulk of this game. It looks like Kellogg will be getting up here with the assist. He's so big, it's going to take 5 people to help him up.
It was Michael Kellogg, so one moment after he gets this highlight play with the sack, he is being helped off the field, and he is limping pretty badly.
Very gingerly.
Trying to get off the field. There are 3 people, it looks like, around him. 2 trying to help him off, 1 on each shoulder.
Oh, man, I can't believe...
And he does not look like he is in great shape after that injury. So we'll see if Kellogg comes back. We wish him the best. It was a tremendous sack, so he did get onto the stat book before this injury. And you just hope he's okay.
It feels like the longest walk of your life. They're going to try and lift him up now.
There you go.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
He's giving a thumbs up. I mean, that's a kid you want to hang out with. Michael Kellogg just, even in it, he just, what a whirlpool of emotions. You go from your high point now to your low point being lifted off the field, but he is just, looks like he's happy to be here. Just a really great display of sportsmanship, really great attitude, and he's in pain over there on the sideline, so don't be fooled by the thumbs up. He's okay, but he's not that okay right now. Just toughing it out. He's a tough young man. So, nevertheless, back on the field, 4th down. South's going to be safe here, and they're going to punt it, and they're going to try and pin the North back. And this is a pretty high punt. Oh my goodness, what a fantastic punt. Down to about the 3. And at this point in the game, and at this point in the day, Kellen Grevy did Peralta kind of walking off with some swag as he punts that ball and downs it down to the 3-yard line.
I mean, that was, don't get me wrong, that was a great punt. But I don't know if that was out at the 5. It looked like it went out of bounds a little bit earlier than that, around the 8 or 9 yard line. kind of
The refs
surprised.
seem to agree with you. I mean, we'll see where they mark it. It's going to be.
Back.
No, they're going to go back to around the 5. I thought it was honestly the 3. It looks like they're just short of the 5. Again, tough to tell from this vantage point. There's a little bit of an angle.
The North starting field position on punts has been an average of like the 7-yard line, and I think it's because Kellen's been so upset they haven't been relying on him for extra points.
He has really pinned him back a lot today. That throw is over the left sideline. It is incomplete, intended for number 19 there.
Second down and 10.
Who do they have in a quarterback now?
19 being Tim Williams on the catch attempt. He's unable to come down. If they've been that quarterback is number 7. We've seen that name
Tyler
before.
Haas.
That's Tyler Hayes back in. From Santa Clarita, California. So he's come a long way for this game. And he's going to hand it off here. It's going to be a pickup of a few. Over across the 5 to about the 7. Should be a gain of about 2 or 3 yards. And we'll have a 3rd down upcoming.
2-yard gain on the carry, making it 3rd.
Well, as slow as the clock was going earlier, don't be fooled by it. It's starting to tick down as we approach the 8-minute mark. And you got to be careful how many run plays you call here. And back into the game is a much-needed return, Tavion Hunter, the kid that's got a lot of speed, the running back from Forest Hills, Kentucky. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to throw to him.
From his own end zone, he's going to overthrow. There's a little bit of contact there. No flag down, though.
Catchable. They're going to rule that not catchable. That's probably why. I mean, if that ball was thrown a little bit closer to the wide receiver, you're looking at a 15-yard penalty for sure.
It looked like it was also incidental. I don't think there was any sort of impeding of the route. They were just both tangled up together. And now we have a 4th down and 8. And this time they're not going to be risky. They're going to use their punting option here. We'll see what kind of punts they are given. 4th and 8 from the 7. You don't have a choice when you're down 9. Of course, a touchdown here still doesn't take them out of the game any more than being down 9 does. It would just make it a 2 full touchdown game. Here comes your punt out of the end zone. And it's high, not too deep. And it's going to take a bounce to around the 36. So a net gain of about 29 yards.
1st and 10, south.
Today has been about the battle of Kellen versus the North. Between the extra points and the punts. I mean, he pins them deep 1 second and then doesn't bail them out the next.
No, he wants that extra point bonus check and just has not received it from the North, so we're seeing it here in how he's been punting for them. 8:12 to go here in the 4th quarter, 41 to 32 South. Neon back on the field here. And there's a handoff up the middle. He's got room. And they might want to let him go here. 20-15 to the 10. Going to be taken down just outside the 5. Number 20 on the carry.
That was Sean Rusaw, big man, running back, going down the sideline. You cannot give that man a hole, and you definitely can't let him take the outside. It's so nice when you see a running back that's so trained well, is very educated to wait for his blocks, and as they open up, take it to the outside and use that as an angle to boost his speed down the sideline. And he's able to pick up 30 yards, but now there's a penalty, so it's coming back.
Joaquin Collazo Cameron is back in at quarterback. He is the one of neon socks, in case you were just joining us. We've mentioned them all game long. He is the only one with neon socks. They look fantastic.
So, after a really great run by Rusaw, it's going to be called back on a holding penalty. That's going to help out the North as they're looking to come up with a really good stop here.
It's going to be a 1st and 15 from the 41 now after the penalty. Clock's still ticking. We're in single digits. 7:40 to go. Cameron out of the shotgun looking to his left. He's going to go deep. He's got a man if he can get it, and it's into double coverage and incomplete. Good coverage there.
Great coverage, and I like that the ref did not pull the flag. There is some incidental contact towards the end, but the safety and the cornerback were combining forces to help. That's good coverage. That's great zone defense as the safety came over to help out.
Say what you want about the South here in the 4th quarter, but their line, as they have all day long, just giving them room to throw. They can pretty much throw it from whenever they want and wherever they want between Dvorak, Marcus Burford Zuari and Blake Bridges getting it done on that offensive line, and Anthony Overpeck.
So that holding call was only a 5-yard penalty? Interesting.
I think because of the successful run, yeah, I guess they only pushed him back 5 yards. So 2nd and 15, new quarterback in, he's going to keep it, and it's going to be run. He's still on his feet. Pretty nice run just outside the 30, gets across the original line of scrimmage. It's going to set up about a 3rd and 6, so a gain of about 9 on the play there by Giselle Murphy, who's back in.
Well, he met Peter Ndachi from Brooklyn, and he was the one that deflected the ball in the previous play, and Ndachi came up to make the tackle, and he's been covering the entire field today from the safety position. Really a great safety.
Ndachi really having a fantastic last couple of quarters as well. We didn't hear from him much in the first quarter, but since then it seems like every other play he's getting involved. It's going to be a 3rd and 5. They're from the 31. It'd be interesting if they attempt a field goal if they don't get a first down here. We know the South has liked the field goal unit. 3rd and 5, and that's a botch snap. Botch snap there
Jinx.
by Giselle Murphy. And now you really have to wonder what's going to happen. 4th down upcoming.
You know, I was really enjoying the tandem between Walker Dycus and Giselle Murphy and how they were taking the ball down the field, and you had Green Sox Cameron coming in. But a botched snap, and now you're looking at 4th and 10. And the North again getting bailed out of a sticky situation. Unbelievable.
They were a little too far for a field goal attempt thanks to the botched snap. 4th and 10, though. We'll see what Murphy can do. He's over the middle. He's got a man. Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
The ball was up for a while. It comes down incomplete. A few attempts to catch it there by number 1 as he had it on his front. And as Michael Pace was falling, he almost caught it again. And then as he was on the ground, he almost caught it the 3rd time. All to no avail. And all of a sudden, we have a turnover on downs. North has the ball, and at this point, though, the clock is becoming a factor with 5:56 remaining.
I want to go to the Ndachi station. Peter Ndachi again on the play as the ball is being bobbled, dives in to break it up and prevent the Jermaine Curse type catch there. He's been all over the field, and now the North has the ball, and they're going to look to hopefully go within 1 score. Who do we have at quarterback? Is it number 7, Tyler Haas is in for the North.
So Haas back in, timeout by the South. That's their first. Both teams now have 2 timeouts.
Number 69 on the red, number 51 on the red.
41-32, South leads the North. 5:56 to go, ball's at 36.
You made a really good comment earlier. That clock is really going slow.
As slow as it could possibly go.
There's a lot of completed passes. It must be because if there is a complete pass, odds are it's going for a touchdown and there's a penalty.
Well, we've also seen 11 touchdowns in this game. That will stop the clock. Not to mention the fantastic punting game.
Wow, 11 touchdowns, incredible. What a classic game here by these seniors. Unbelievable.
Much better than the NFL Pro Bowl. If you're looking for a new All-Star game, this is the one to watch in future seasons. Here we go, North with the football. Runner in motion, they're going to fake that. And now he's going to go and it's going to be a quarterback keeper. Gain of about 3, so not much there, as they have not been able to get much going. And now you really have to start thinking about going deep downfield to start taking away chunks of yardage.
I don't know how I feel about that play call. A triple deke, as they would say in Mighty Ducks, triple fake there to 3 running backs just to keep yourself up the middle of the D-line's not being fooled by anyone.
And why would they? I mean, they have to start passing it. I'm not going to, faking a running handoff's not going to work. That one is not a fake handoff, though. That is a nice pass over number 13. So, a first down there, Marcus Ward with the catch.
Every time you usually do better.
I think that's the other number 13.
I'll get this right by the end of the game. That is the other number 13, Christian McDowell, the receiver, making the catch. Ward is a quarterback, of course. And there's a botched snap, but it's a nice recovery by number 7. Tyler Haas with the recovery. It is an incomplete pass. That could have gone wrong. He made a nice job just to get to that ball.
We got a couple. We've been talking with a couple.
2nd down. They're at midfield, so the ball's at the 50. 5:02 to go.
I know they're looking for kids, so.
5:02 to go on this game, and if you're the North, you're looking to strike really quickly here. Keep going back to McDowell. He's running the slot. He's running the slot perfectly. Oh, that's pass interference.
Deep throw Hayes. And
wow.
They are going to get away with one. You know, I wonder if the receiver makes a play on that ball, if they would call the interference. He kind of gave up on the route.
Well, his hands were held behind his back.
And that's incomplete. So now we have the traditional third down music coming in. This is a 3rd and 10. That was a pass attempt to the right side up the sideline. It was incomplete. And out of the shotgun is Hayes. He has 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side. This has been a popular motion. Each quarterback has their own style, it seems, with the setup. So this is a throw on the run. He's got a man. He's caught.
Still on his feet!
It's another touchdown for the North. The game gets even closer. Jaden Bradley again. He is standing out among the standouts, and he has another touchdown.
He had perfect hands in practice. He's such a crisp route runner. You know, running on the outside there, he only had one man to beat. He beat that man, stayed on his feet, in for the score. Incredible.
I don't think there is any doubt if the North wins this game, Jaden Bradley ought to be the MVP of this game. He has had a fantastic performance with a couple of touchdowns here and a lot of different receptions.
Wow. You know, earlier we were talking about how a lot of the kids like to be like Odell Beckham Jr. and make one-handed catches. Jaden Bradley putting both hands on the ball, securing it, and in for the score. And look at this big surprise. They're going for 2.
This time it actually makes sense. And it once again doesn't work, but it made sense. So it's 41-38, 2-point conversion fails. If you make the 2-point conversion there, it's a 1-point game. So that I understand. And if you fail, you're still down 3. Every other 2-point conversion to this point, you can argue.
I disagree. You make the 1 point. If you kick the field goal, you win the game. Now you can only tie it.
Well, there's still 4:46 left. If the South gets a touchdown, still a 1-possession. Well, it would have been a 1-possession game if you converted.
That's true. Oh man, what a game! Back and forth, 41-38. Still 5 minutes left in the game. There's been a lot of. Is that a 12th touchdown of the game?
12th touchdown of the game.
Unbelievable.
Wouldn't you know it? Both teams have 6, although it's a 3-point game, so this really does come down to the kicking game or lack thereof on the North side, as they've just not elected to use a kicker for the entire game, except for a couple of punts.
They'd be winning right now.
Yeah, they would be winning. South actually missed an extra point. It would be 42-41 North if they tried to do their extra points, and assuming, of course, they made all 7 of them.
That's true, yeah.
But at the same time, yeah, the scoring has been equal. The score is not. 41-38. South holding on to a lead. At one point, they led in this game by 20 points. They led at halftime by 14 or by 7 points. It's now down to 3 points, leading by as much as 14 here in the second half. It's been a constant game of chase from the North, and we'll see if the South can continue to hold them.
No, that's his old. I've seen it's a food fight.
Oh,
there's a handoff. He's got some room to run. That is number 23, and ooh, a big tackle from behind number 1.
Number 1, Kevin C. No one saw him, as that's been the tail of the tape today. He almost swiped the ball out. He was going purely for a fumble. Good on the running back there to secure the ball and not give it up on a good run.
Braden Kelch on the carry. That was his first carry of the game. He's from Brighton, Colorado. 5'8", 185-pound running back, so he is certainly going to be tough to bring down. Low center of balance, low center of gravity, and he's got a lot of weight on him. So there's a handoff. That's going to be wrapping him up. Not much. Looks like they tried to have a second win there, and they're not going to get much.
on that play.
Rusaw on the carry. It is a game. It is probably a loss of 1. And now we're going to have a second down.
Well, you know, you're getting down to about 4 minutes. Surprisingly, each team has a couple of timeouts left. If you're the South, you may keep running the ball to make the clock go and put it in the hands of the offense to have to drive down quickly of the North.
Cole Hanafan warming up on the sidelines. You wonder if they'll utilize him. He's probably struggled the most of the quarterbacks today, although not all of it his fault. The pocket has collapsed a lot for him. You wonder if they'll use him here late. It would be in Coach Jeremy's playbook to go to the quarterback who has struggled to try and make him the hero. That's what he does, is he builds up his players. And it could also just be that Hanafan's having to catch on the sidelines. We'll have to find out. 2nd and 10 from the 36-yard line. And there seems to be some movement up front. both teams kind of indicating it was the other one as usual.
It's on the defense.
It's going to be on the defense. That's going to be a big 5-yard pickup. Now a 2nd and 5. There's 3 minutes 31 seconds to go. Both teams have 2 timeouts, not 3, as they've both used one here in the second half. The North, of course, infamously using it without running a play in the second half, and it's the first play out of halftime. So here we go, or first play of the third quarter, I should say. There's a handoff to the right side. That's going to be wrapped up.
Great
Number
stop.
17 there on
watch
the
the
carry.
penalty.
And talk about finishing your tackle. He finished his tackle and he finished his man. That is Kaide Jones on the carry out of New Mexico, and not much there, so a 3rd down now.
A sleeper for the North defense. Nathaniel Barr III, he's from Brooklyn, New York. We talked about him a little bit earlier. He's been making some incredible plays coming up on running plays. He's a cornerback, but he's treating the run very well. He's made a lot of tackles behind the line. Heads up play there. He sticks with his man, wraps him up, and brings him down.
It's unorthodox to say in a 41-38 game, but there's a bunch of players on the North defense who can make a case for MVP if they can come back and win this game. They have only given up 21 points since the end of the first quarter, which has been the way this high-octane offensive works from the South. That's a pretty good accomplishment. It's allowed their team to get back into it, but we have a bunch of guys compiling stats here on this North defense, not to mention, obviously, the South offense as well.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, outside of Peter and Ndachi, who's probably the hero of this defense right now, you got to give it to Nathaniel Barr III for how much of run stopping he's done all game, especially when Rusal was off to a really good start for the South.
South in the huddle here. It's a timeout by the North, so they have 1 left, 3 minutes 2 seconds to go. That's Coach Jeremy trying to work the clock a little early here. And we keep mentioning him. It's an interesting old school coaching versus new school coaching dynamic. We saw in the previous game that they saved all of their timeouts above all costs coming down, and now Coach Jeremy using the timeout up front, which we've seen from Bill Belichick over the years. Using timeouts in unorthodox times, probably a math equation over my head.
Or not calling timeouts when
yeah,
you
right.
would, but
Tricking the other team into throwing interceptions and ending Super Bowls. So there's a handoff. It is not enough for a first down, although it's close. What do you do here? It's about a 4th and 1, possibly 4th and 2. Or do you go for it? I think I go for it too. The reward here outweighs the risk. Even if you don't make it, you still have 44 yards, especially if North doesn't use a kicker, that your defense can hold them. If you get a first down, this game is just about over.
North had a really impressive goal line stance to end the first half. They're going to need that again here as it's 4th and 2. The clock is ticking. They only have 1 timeout left. Keep that in mind as this time starts to go down. And using that timeout, or is it the South that called timeout?
Yeah, South using the timeout there. So both teams now have 1 left.
It's in the box.
Wow,
And
what a game.
It looks like Giselle Murphy is the quarterback of choice here for this play for the South, which makes sense. He's the guy who can probably run the best out of the quarterbacks, gives you that double option.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's a read option to the left here.
I would be shocked if he throws the football on this play one way or another. This will either be a handoff or it will be him running it in some capacity. And I'm sure the North defense is thinking the same thing and probably talking about it in this huddle right now.
Okay, thank you, man.
Well, you have Giselle Murphy, who's definitely beating the defense a lot today on his feet. He can't throw the ball too, but you got to be conservative here. You're probably going to see a read option to the left. They've been calling it a few times today. They have a healthy running back behind them. They're bringing Gisele's out, and they have
bringing in the big boys up front to block.
Yeah.
So this is Murphy's actually out of the running back position right now. We're going to see what this play is here on 4th and 2. It's going to be a handoff to Murphy, who makes movement and looks like he might have gotten it with forward progress.
It's close.
The crowd thinks the South, the North thinks the North sideline thinks the North, and the South sideline thinks the South. We'll see where they mark it. Chains look like they're moving, so it looks like it is a first down indeed. There will be no measurement. That's big as we run into 2 minutes. North has just 1 timeout left. Mathematically, this game is not over yet, although that's a major wrench in the plans of the North trying to make a comeback.
Gotta hope for something here. Maybe a botch snap again. They're gonna run it. Oh no! And Rusov's got a lot of daylight.
Rusov free to let him go.
daylight.
Well, you can't let him go. Actually, there's Rusov over to the 30. Now that might put the nail in the coffin. A minute 45. He is out of bounds. Dylan Faltysek, by the way, is back in at quarterback, even though it was J.Zell Murphy who got that first down on the run. He's also a quarterback.
Rusov's just a bulky runner. He really uses his power and his speed surprises you, but he takes it to the outside better than I think any running back today. He's able to wait for his blockers, be very patient, and then just burst as soon as he hits the gap. It's quite incredible, and he's had a bunch of 20-yard chunks throughout the game because of that.
Quick math would tell you a first down does effectively end this game. And there's a fumble on the play. It's going to be picked up along the sidelines. Looks like the South recovers, although we're waiting for the players to come off the pile, and they do.
Wow.
Number 6 on the recovery. We've seen some crazy endings already today, dealing with turnovers, and we almost saw a big change of events there, but South fortunate to come up with that football. Number 6 coming up with it, Jeremiah Brown, who's had a big game, able to save the game, at least for the moment, for the South.
Wow, I think that was Nathaniel Barr the third again. Unbelievable. Coming across the entire field himself to knock the ball out. What a play.
Final timeout used by the North. As we mentioned, a first down ends it. Although if they do not get a first down, speaking of the South here, and after that 2-yard loss, it's now going to be a 2nd and 12. There's a difference on the game. There's a difference on the clock of a matter of seconds. But we're not really sure which, because we don't know how the play clock's 25 seconds. So there's a difference of time, but a first down will end this game. No more timeouts for the North. The scoreboard right now reads first down. It should be 2nd down. It is 2nd and 12.
Running play
and they're adjusting it now. This has to be a run. South playing a lot like the SEC in this game, kind of comical. There's a handoff. It's going to be wrapped up in the backfield, so good job at the North. They can't stop the clock.
44 is jazzed.
And it's going to be a 3rd and long. So it looks like in some way the North is very likely to get this ball back. The question is how much time will be on the clock when they do. We can guarantee it'll be under a minute, as we're approaching a minute right now.
Jacob Meade with a great tackle there. The linebacker just shot right through the middle and tackled the running back with ease. Pumped up. He's trying to get his team excited to see if there's any time left to do something with. He's been the heart and soul of this defense today at the linebacker position.
We're under a minute. 3rd and 14, 55 seconds. Clock's still running. They're going to go into the handoff here. It's going to be a 60 right. He's only got one man to beat on the left side, number 19, and he cannot get there. So a nice play by the North. They get the stop. It looks like there's about an 18 to 20 second difference in time as we come up on 4th down here.
Kellen, bring in the kicker.
That was Faltysek, who tried to sneak his way, had to evade one tackler before he was brought down. Really strong tackle there.
Here he comes.
And they are going to bring in the kicker. 20 seconds. Clock is still running.
Can they block kicks?
They cannot block the kick. Okay. All they can do is field it. Clock is still running. 10 seconds now. And here's the kick. It's up. And it's not going to be anywhere near good. They're going to be able to return it. Now the clock is still running.
Decision.
This is the game right here. Now they're going to blow it dead. The game should not be over, as it looked like there was a good 3.5 seconds left. If you're not going to allow them to field it out of the end zone, then you at least have to put some time back on the clock.
Wow, he should have just kept going. That would have been really interesting to see.
I didn't think you were allowed to field it. I mean, in no other situation have they been able to field field goals or punts or anything today. That kick was well short, so it was actually caught by a Northern player. He tried to return it out of the end zone, and the play was blown dead, but in the process, he probably caught it with about 3.5 seconds left. The clock ran off, the time ran off the clock. So now we have to see what the referees decide as far as the game clock. There should be one more play here.
There will be one more play, and Marcus Ward is in.
So Marcus Ward, who has had a fantastic game, is in at quarterback. And whatever Coach Jeremy has in his pocket as far as innovation goes, he's going to have to use it on this play because they've got one shot at this and they need to go 75 yards for the game-ending
snapping the
touchdown.
ball.
Well, that's a start.
Both 13s are out there.
Just to confuse me, it is Word as
McDowell and
well
Ward.
as his number doppelganger McDowell are both out there. Word in the red cleats, he's the quarterback. You'll usually find McDowell somewhere between rotating from the left to the right side of the field and vice versa. He's almost always in motion. And here's Ward back from the 20. He's going to throw. It's a little sideline pass. Their clock has run off. This is number 3 now. He's looking for help. He's going to pass it back. That's over to number 15. 15's going to run it. He's going to go back to Ward. Ward's going to drop it. This should do it. And it does. So not much developed there. They actually started back where the play started. And the South has finished a clean sweep today. The senior showcase lived up to its billing. What a fantastic performance from both sides. The South wins this one 41-38. In our 10th and 11th grade matchup, the South won that one 20-10. And in our 7th, 8th, and 9th grade matchup, the South won that one 34-0. This has been a fantastic performance, Jake. What are your takeaways from this game?
Well, the seniors came out, and they came out well today. They played with a lot of heart. The North never gave up throughout the game. They got within a few points to take the game. But both teams really, on both sides of the ball, stepped up. A lot of great plays. There were a lot of touchdowns thrown. There was some trickery at the end. The defenses made excellent tackles, some turnovers. Really, everything you can ask for in a football game, and it's all because of these young men today. And I think a lot of them have great, bright futures ahead of them. I'm really excited to follow them and see where they go, and hopefully see if we have some, Marcus Mariotas or Eric Ebrons out there.
12 total touchdowns here in the final game under the lights. This has been NUC Showcase all day long, finishing up here with the seniors putting on a show, 41-38 South. This has been Vince Mercandetti alongside Jake Schwartz from Stall Talk, bringing you the announcing for the NUC Showcase from Daytona Beach at Municipal Stadium. It's been a great afternoon of high school football all-stars, and it ends here. The South 41, North 38. Everyone have a great night, and we'll see you next year.